We lit on YouTube right now, man. Our stream is cooking. Over here on the we not streaming on Facebook yet.
Shout out to YouTube, man. Y'all are the greatest, man. Y'all way better than Facebook, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to let y'all know, man. So we love y'all. You gotta do that. You gotta be biased real quick.
That's why I watch it on YouTube all the time.
So yeah, matter of fact, I'm gonna be
video streaming
I'm gonna share that link on my page.
Video streaming on Facebook. We live like 95, which is a video game you don't know nothing about, Peanut, because you was only
Live 95. What
you was only 9 years old. You was only 9 years old.
Wait, Penny had.
Every time I come in the press room, you in the press room, working on our Stars Hottronic heat press, using all the vinyl, making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up. I'm out your way.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
That don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pop? What's up, Smokey?
I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man.
Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they said? They said it's slow for real.
I'm about to just ask boss when we get our job done.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all actually won an award, the Boss Mags 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Y'all won for that media outlet thing.
Man, I don't even know.
Like y'all won. He didn't even know he won it.
What'd you say? Who was it?
You won the Boss Magazine 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Congratulations.
That's legendary.
It's on you, camera on you.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Peanut, aka Dash Resource, man. I got my man Stacking Smedro the Commando.
Stacking, macking, known to keep it cracking, so tell me what's happening.
Hey, where your mouth, bro?
Man, we are in this thing, man. Look, you guys, like we always do about this time, man, we want to invite everybody to go to our YouTube channel. When you go to our YouTube channel, it's called the Legendary People Podcast. Like, subscribe, ring the bell notification so you can get alerted every time we drop a new video. We drop content daily, whether it's a whole long life story like we have tonight, or whether it's just a portion of a life story that we found interesting in the course of our interview. Don't worry about that background noise. That's just 6ix9ine back there fucking up.
Hey.
Okay, it's no problem. but look, I think tonight, bro, we probably got a new sponsor alert.
Oh, what? Okay.
Yeah, man.
Wait,
Yes,
man, you better not fumble the bag today, bro.
Right. So listen how well I run through these sponsors, and then you'll see what the advantages of coming through with us, man. But you guys, we want to invite everybody to go to Shiekhs for breakfast. They got the best breakfast in the city.
Absolutely.
I personally like the French toast. They got a good little French toast platter that you will absolutely fall in love with. So go check out Shiekhs for breakfast. Agnes All Natural Grill for lunch. They got the best lunch in the city. They are right downtown on 3rd and Wayne. Kind of cat corner from the old library, right? And if you're ever injured in any type of way, call attorney Michael Wright at 937-222-7477. Make the right choice. Theshoparea.com, theshoparea.com. It's like the baby Amazon. Theshoparea.com. And last but not least, Kiara Wine. Look who comes in right on time. Are you watching? Are you stalking us? Are you stalking? Hey, big. Ain't no way. Ain't no way we was about to mention it. We was about to mention Kiara Wine, man. Big walks in the door right on time. So when you want to get lit a little bit, get you a good old bottle of Kiara Wine. It's holiday season. You should show up to all your friends and family house with a bottle of Kiara Wine, man. It'll make the
same way Big did.
It'll right. It'll make the visit that much more better. The T-Shirt Kings 247.com. Go for your mouth and Camera King Studios. We're at 4301 North Main Street on the corner of Main and Nottingham. Like I said, these last minute gifts, man, we are making things that will be memorable.
Absolutely.
Really heartfelt gifts. They're customized and they really mean a lot when you give them out. Custom picture tees. They are affordable. They're fast. And very meaningful. So come through 4301 North Main Street and see us at T-Shirt Kings. And last but not least is Dash Resource. It sell stocks, not dope.
Yes.
Every Sunday on the Dash Resource YouTube channel, he teaches you how to make a big old bag from selling and investing in stocks, man. Okay? And now, without further ado, my brother P Dash is over to you.
Good job, man. Great job,
Man, I appreciate
man,
that, bro.
Man, I see you, man. But
I'm
there's
trying,
one more thing
bro.
I want to say about the Dash Resource. I'm actually putting together a class this Sunday, which is the day after Christmas, exclusively for beginners. I'm really showing people from the day one of download this app, every single step, what you need to do to get started. I'm putting together a whole hour Zoom for those people. So normally I do a quick little video on Sundays, like to get people going on the sell stocks not dope. 'Cause I actually still want to do one. But Sunday we are actually going to be doing a full Zoom session. So please get registered on my page. That is Dash Resource. I'll also do a quick little promo video, inspired by my man Smedro this week. In accordance to the whole events going on this Sunday. But it ain't about me, man. It's about this legend that we got in front of us today, man. Listen, I know I say this every single time.
Right.
There's no legend higher, bro. Listen, bro. When I say CJ, you feel me? When I say Lil Chico, I say Mr. 937. When I say Tiger Hood, you know what I mean? Shout out to my man Carl Johnson, bro. How you, man?
That's it.
How you?
Good.
Blessed, bro. Blessed, bro. Great to see you here, man.
Man, good to be here.
So here on the Legendary People podcast, we have this thing called Origins, where we find out where our legends come from. So without further ado, where'd you grow up, man?
Hey, right here in Dayton, Ohio. In Dayton, grew up off of Lorenz Street.
Word. I'm from Lorenz. L Block. 212 Lorenz.
40 Lorenz.
What?
40 Lorenz.
What?
Yeah,
Nice.
Moved from there, moved up to the Summit Square.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't know. Grew up in Townview.
Townview.
Moved out to Trotwood and been there ever since. I'm a guy from the city. I don't leave my city. Love my city.
Okay, so let's start in Westwood. You know what I mean? Like, what was it like growing up in Westwood?
Well, we had our little circle and our little blocks, from Lorenz, Artmore, Anna.
Yeah.
We hit the blocks, went up to play ball,
Yeah.
neighborhood parks, and we just did our thing. Went up to Westwood
Resurrection.
Swimming Pool, Resurrection.
Yeah.
We go up to Westwood swim pools. Used to jump the fence and jump in the pool and get in trouble and run out,
Yeah.
But hey, that's what we did.
A lot of people didn't know that Westwood has two different sides. So we were from the Roosevelt side of things.
Correct.
And there's a Westwood
West
side of
side,
stuff.
right.
So can you please give the viewers who's not abreast of that, like the different dynamics of that? Because we saw all from Westwood.
Right. Yeah. Well, Roosevelt being so close, couple blocks down, but we still was really in Westwood. But Roosevelt to me was like for the big boys, the high school, and the big boys doing things. Westwood, we would go down there and we can jump in the pool and swim in there. We had a neighborhood to run around, like I said, Resurrection, go up to the park and shoot ball up there.
Yeah.
But it was just so cool to grow up in that neighborhood and do the things that we did as kids,
Right.
compared to what I'm watching kids do today.
Yes.
It's like, oh wow,
Yeah.
if they really knew what it was like, to be
Right.
home at a certain time, but yet be respectful to our neighbors.
Yes.
Very respectful.
Yes.
We didn't talk back. I don't know what it is, but hey,
We didn't
did
talk
not
back.
I'm telling you.
Well, it all starts in the household. So without further ado, how was it like in your household? You had mom and dad?
Mom and dad.
Okay.
Mom and dad right there, which was a good thing with my siblings also being there. My older brother, my sister, my brother, and then my younger brother. So my brother James, my sister Donna, my brother Phil, and my younger brother Jeff, we all lived in the house together with our parents, and it was good to be there with your parents and stuff. My dad, he ran around a little bit, but yet he always came home.
Right.
Mom worked her butt off, dad worked his butt off, and we just had a good childhood. My neighbors were so cool, we were just all best of friends. Didn't have no beef with nobody. know what beef was. back
Yeah.
then, but you know, hey, you know, I'm a little older than you guys,
Yeah.
but yet it was a good life, a good young life. Yeah.
So, how many brothers and sisters total, bro?
Well, three brothers, one sister. Two of my brothers are no longer with us today, but yet, you know, we're still a family, and that's how I see it. I still love my brothers.
Oh, yeah.
From here and from there.
So, where were you in the group of kids?
Second youngest.
Second youngest.
Second youngest, yeah. And I always felt a little different being the second youngest because the youngest get everything, the oldest one get everything. My sister being the girl get everything, and my second brother, oldest brother, he was the tough guy. So
it's like
Wow.
save the best for last, but you the next to last.
Wow.
Right.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Wow.
True that. Yeah.
So tell us one of those good early childhood memories that you remember, you know, of you and the family all together.
Well, the one I would never forget, and it was so crazy because we didn't get to go far places.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad came and got us, and we were riding to Springfield, and it's not far, but we're going to Springfield to John Bryant's Park, to the little beach there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're going up Route 4, and this is no lie. It was so funny. We just felt like it was such a long drive. We're going up Route 4, and we get a flat.
Mm-hmm.
We're all in the car together, and I felt like we were going to never get here. We were going to have to turn around, go back.
Yeah.
But I did not know how close we were just getting a flat to go. But our family, we sat out in the middle of the media and just have fun playing up and down in the middle of the media as a family. And it was crazy. It's just something I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So like what was the first elementary school you go to?
I actually went to Jackson Elementary.
Jackson.
Monroe Jackson by
Uh-huh.
Inland. I went there for a while, and then when we moved from there out to the Summer Square area, I went to Townview.
Okay.
Right.
So from Townview, then I was in the Trotwood School District from there.
Bro, like we had someone in here.
From where?
They was from DeSoto Bass. It was actually Darren Wills.
Yes.
Darren, my cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darren is your
Wow.
cousin. Nice.
Legendary handshake.
Nice, man. My bro Darren, man. Okay.
Skate.
Skate. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Shout out to D Wills,
That's
bro.
hard.
But Darren said that he lived close to the DeSoto Bass. And I'm thinking that we talking about the same time frame, right?
Yes.
And you're moving up to Summit Square at this time. Was the temperament a lot different in what is known as a project back then compared to now? Because he said that, like, here in the last maybe 10 years, man, Summit Square done had
Oh,
a
yeah.
few bodies up there, bro.
Yeah.
Where it's done got, like, damn,
best friend died
really
up there.
different. Me and Michelle Darton, Juanita Darton from Third Perk, we lived in Summit Square, man, in like maybe 94, 95.
Oh.
And we was neighbors there, right? So we was in the baby square though, and it definitely it had started getting a little gangster, but it wasn't nothing like what it is now. What about when you was in Summit Square, bro? How was the climate?
Well, I'm gonna give a shout out first to my real neighborhood,
Yeah.
which was the Arlington Courts.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
grandparents lived there, and I love the courts. I stayed with my grandparents a lot during the summer and stuff like that when we wasn't in school.
Yeah,
But for it to be a project, we didn't know.
Right.
We didn't
Right.
feel, and that's just it. People don't understand. Living in a project, you don't know it's a project because we live amongst friends.
right,
We did things together.
right.
When people on the outside see places like that and they call it a project, you really don't understand till you get older and move out and you look and go, oh yeah.
wow.
But I mean, we loved it.
Right.
I love the courts. I mean, Arlington Courts was, it was a home away from homes. When we moved to Summit Square wasn't even close to being a project because it was brand new.
Okay.
Right.
We moved up there when they were building and it was very nice and we
Yeah,
were like,
yeah,
oh wow,
townhouse.
yeah, we thought we was doing
Upstairs,
something. Right, we thought we were
Moving
doing
on
something.
up.
I said,
Right.
oh wow. I said, okay, well, I see. We doing something here, and it was great. My relatives live right behind me. The Phillips, shout out to my late great aunt Mary Phillips.
Yeah.
My cousin Andre, Mike.
right.
Loved him. He passed away, but he's no longer with us. Kim. All of my relatives. KO. But we were close knit family as far as hanging out together, doing things together. Yeah.
Now, like, what was something those because like in Westwood, we really didn't have any projects per se besides the coast. The coast is so far away. Yeah. So what was
That's
it like?
Kind of newer too.
Yeah, it's kind of newer too. So like, what was like going from having like a neighbor in one house, neighbor in the next house, to going there and it's a whole like community essentially there.
I mean, it's basically we become. To me, it's like family because everybody knew everybody. Everybody can run in anybody's house at any time.
Yeah.
And hang out, and that's like I'm saying. When you're growing up, you don't think about that. You don't think about projects.
Right. It's apartments essentially.
Let me give a shout out to my boy Maurice Douglas, who lived in Summer Square with me.
There we go.
Playing football. He's just a little kid. We used to make him tough, and he became tough. Went to the NFL. Now you used to always brag. I made you go to the NFL. I made you tough. Now he's doing big things in Springfield. But see. We have to look back and understand when you come out of places like that, you look at some of the people who really made it out there and they're doing good things. It's not bad people in projects.
Right.
You'll have a bad seed and they'll sit there and try to bring you down, but there's some real good people in there who's trying to get out.
So really it's some beauty in the struggle for real.
Beauty in the struggle.
Right.
Beauty
Bro,
in the struggle.
Can we go back a little bit? So Jackson, what grades were you in when you went to Jackson?
When I went to Jackson, I started off at the kindergarten all the way up to the third grade. Left there, went, like I said, to Townview. Started playing sports, 4th, 5th grade.
Yeah. So hold on before you go on.
Gotcha.
So at Jackson. Who were some of your friends at Jackson, bro? Shout them out, and we want you to do it how they do it on the radio. On the radio countdown.
The big shout out, my man, D.A. Dwight Anderson. We were like,
What?
Great friends, and how you
nostalgia alert. Nostalgia alert.
We were just kids. It was like, man, Dwight. It was like Jackson. It was the thing.
Yeah.
Just to see him, and it was like to watch his growth, and just knew the potential he had, and it was crazy just to see that as a kid growing up, and we're growing up together, running down to school. We didn't have no buses picking us up.
Right.
We were just right there, going to school and just having a good time.
Yeah.
And to see which high school we were going to go to, like he went to Roosevelt, starting off, and then it was like, going to end up at Rolfe, and you see all these things falling apart because Roosevelt was a school where all the superstars were going.
Absolutely.
Greg Clafford, they were really good ball players. Harper went there. John L, great ball player. I mean, you just watch these guys grow up and you saying, hey, I can do this thing too, and everybody wanted to be a ball player. So, Jackson was a school that was a good learning point for me. Something I would never forget about my school. And it was at a young age, but yet you still remember that because you knew everything about the school, how to get in, get out, what doors to go in, what doors to get out. It was kind of cool.
Man, so like, what kind of kid was Dwight Anderson, man?
A good kid. Athlete from the beginning, just running around, running crazy, jumping fences. Always was strong. And what I remember about him, he was just such a good person.
Oh, wow.
He was a guy who didn't want to lose, but would play his hardest at anything. And just go hard. When we were a kid, we would go hard.
Right.
Living up in the courts with my grandparents and stuff like that. Everything we did, we did. It's a lot of. Ivy Kennedy, a good friend of mine. He played football for Rolfe. We all went hard. There's so many people, from there. Mark Baker,
shout out
Mark
Baker.
You just look at some of these guys, man. They all went hard. You just kept going hard. You didn't give up. You wasn't one of these kids who sat around and just thought it was going to come to you. We went out and earned it.
Right.
Yeah. So you go out and earn, to be an athlete. I see a lot of kids sit around. I went to a ball game the other day, and I'm watching these kids, and they don't even have the basic of throwing a bounce pass or a chest pass. I'm like, we learned these things. Yeah. Now these kids are just doing it, and coaches are looking at them like, oh, okay. No, you couldn't play if you didn't learn the basics. If you want to get to the next level. When we were kids, we had to learn the basics to get where we were at, and we learned it, and we, instilled it in our heads.
Right. So, who was some more? What were some other early childhood friends? I mean, so you kind of can branch it out a little bit more from Jackson.
Well, you know, it's like my cousins, the Hagens, Jeff Hagen, Mark Hagens. Jeff played ball at Rolfe. Good, you know, and I was really around a lot of close family members. Dean Cooper, guy down the street, me and him was like best of buddies. You know, Carl Keefe, they lived directly across the street from me. So I could name a lot of people. People like, I don't know these people, but it's just people, you know, Terry Peavy lived right behind us. Great basketball player in his own, went to Roosevelt. A lot of people, Terry Peavy tried out with the Cleveland Cavaliers back in the days, went to Point Park University. Good person, Lionel Garrett. These guys are friends of not just myself, but my family that I do remember, and many more. I know some people are like, hey, don't forget about me, but I'm not good with names. I'm great with faces, but these are just some of the names I could mention right now.
That's a Westwood trait, you know what I'm saying? Let y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You born on left. You're on Lorenz. I know your face, what are your name, baby, for sure.
Right.
So like for instance, like in Townview, I remember because I got family that's in Townview as well, and they will call the Summit Square, they will call that up on the hill. Right.
Yeah.
So like, did you have some friends that was like from Townview, and like, how do they look at y'all being up there? Like, was it like a stuck your nose up kind of thing, or was it?
Well, not really. I mean, we would love to run down to Townview and party and hang out with the kids down there, and you know, race back up the hill before it got dark, before you know we got in trouble. But it really wasn't. A lot of people in Townview that I grew up with became good friends when we moved down in Townview from Summit Square, because we left Summit Square and moved down into Townview, and they were still friends, and people up at Summit Square were still my friends too. So we all just hung out. But as a child, there again, it felt like it was a long distance to go from the top of the hill down to the bottom. I was like, man, you know, you're going a long way, and you really didn't.
I remember crying when so I live on Lorenz and the girl stayed next door to me. When she moved to Trotwood, it was like she went to another country. I cried. Man, I cried, bro. Bye, Brandy. Bye, Peanut. My mama make fun of this to this day. I cried over my girlfriend moving to Trotwood.
Was this? She was just a good friend, or
Nah,
your
she's
girlfriend?
my girlfriend. She's like my first girlfriend.
How old were you?
Man, this ain't interviewing about me, Smith.
You said it. Nah, we gonna stick here.
Nah, man, we all good.
She only moved 8 miles away.
I go football to where she lived at.
How old were you? So, man, that's all I asked. Damn.
Man, I'm not a historian of my own life, only on others. All right. So when you went to Summit Square, did you go to Trotwood?
I went to Trotwood.
Okay.
Went to Trotwood.
So like, what was the difference from when you was at, like going to a Dayton City school compared to going to Trotwood?
And when I went to, let me just say this: when I went to Trotwood, remember, it's been a while. It was probably only 12% black.
What?
Right.
12% black.
Wow.
Yes.
Carl Blanton went in '93, and he said that it was about maybe 40 at that time.
No, it was 12% black. So, you know, tell
what time frame we talking about?
Well,
Carl?
that was in late 70s.
Late 70s, okay.
Yeah, 78, 79. So, it was a little different because we all wanted to go to Rolfe. Because we were so close to Rolfe. There again, the separation.
Yeah.
I could have walked to Rolfe and been there in 2 minutes.
Right.
To school. But I had to catch the bus and go all the way out to Trotwood.
Right.
And my family members, Keith Byers and Russell and Reggie, they went to Trotwood, but then Keith's mom sent him to Rolfe because she didn't see the development and that Trotwood was going to teach him.
Yeah.
But he lived up on the hill and went to Rolfe.
Right.
So it was almost like I wish I could have went to Rolfe too. But Trotwood was okay. But like I said, it was a different feel, a different vibe. Because once you got there, it was so many white folks around us that didn't really understand us, and we didn't understand them. But one thing we didn't do, we did not back down. We went for our education, and we fought for our education. We demanded our education, and we got our education.
I love it, bro.
So I see the same parallel you see
right now.
So was there any confliction while you were there? Like, was there any type of of
we have
racial tension at all?
We have one of the biggest racial incident probably in in the Southwest Ohio history.
Yeah.
that probably hasn't been talked about, but they shut our school down for almost 2.5 weeks because we had a big incident with one kid that got into it with some kids in the smoking area.
Okay.
And when they found out, and this kid never bothered anybody, and when they found out, and back then, I was a very bad person. But back then,
We all gotta start somewhere.
Listen, me and my troop, me and my troop, we all got together and everybody just started going bananas.
Would it be considered like a
What?
riot?
No, it was a riot.
What popped it off though, bro?
Well, the kid was in the smoking area, and I guess one of the white kids didn't like him or something, and took a trash can and threw it at him. A trash can outside. And threw it at him. And then from there, people walking through and they seen it, and then all these, the whites and blacks got together, and it was more, in your face, and then it just exploded. People started running out of the classroom, they started fighting, they started throwing, they brought police in, they brought buses to take us home in, they were throwing rocks at the buses, people across the street, the neighbors were throwing at the buses, they didn't want us there, they was locking down doors to where you couldn't get out. And we can get out of anything, so we were climbing out of windows and everything, and we got out of there because we didn't want to be stuck there. And we went home, and then they shut us down. And what they ended up doing, they took the sophomores and the seniors would have to go to school when we did go back a day. Then the juniors and the freshmen would have to go back to school, a day. So we had to skip days to go back, and they put us in the gym, everybody, and not in classrooms for almost 2 days till they got it settled down. People don't talk about it, but this is facts.
Oh my God.
This is facts, and this was at Trotwood, like I said, and we were the minority, and we really was, but we held our own because we wasn't gonna let them, like I said, take our education away from us. And it wasn't many folks
We got
out
this,
there.
man.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that I was gonna talk about was here recently, man. There was a young man that was been missing for 11 days. Okay, and his mom came on the show making a plea for him to reach out to her. He actually got adopted by a white family that lives in Logan County. And he said, I don't know if he's the only black person in school, but it's probably close. Probably way less than 12% black there.
Way less.
And he said that he got called a nigga every day. In 2021, this year, he said he was called a nigga every day. When you were at Trotwood, was it that brazen?
No. They
not like that.
You didn't, because there again we had some beef up there. We had some beef, and there again there were football players, some brothers on the football team that could have took the whole school out. We had basketball players, some brothers that was really good as far as in sports. So you didn't get that really up in your face.
Yeah.
The nigga, you get a few who would sit up there and try to say something, but yet they knew how to hold their tongue because it was where we came from, I guess, and that was from the Summer Square.
They had respect.
They were like, oh, that's Townview Summer Square, so they kind of like, oh, okay, no, you're a bunch of country boys up here.
Yeah.
And if we come up here and we're here, Olive Hill, they would come down, and the Drexel area, so it was almost like something's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then basically that's what happened. Something happened. But, to go through that in 2021,
right?
It's just, that's not the kids, that's the parents teaching kids.
Right.
Nobody can sit up there and tell me that you want to call me that, because there was some kids at our school at Trotwood who was, we were great with white kids. Great with.
Yeah.
Right.
Great.
Yeah.
You would think they was man, they loved you like brothers.
Exactly.
Open your doors, and my one of my best friends, his name was Trent Purcell. He played with the Philadelphia Phillies baseball team. He went to Trotwood. He was like one of my best friends. His parents opened the doors for us. Sue Snyder opened the doors for everybody. I'm black, white. They were really good, but there's those rotten parents.
Right.
that make these rotten kids.
Yeah.
So when they sit up there and say, you know, today they're gonna call you that, that's because their mama and daddy calling you that.
Man,
Yes.
no doubt
So that's
about
where
it.
they learn that from. So we're not gonna get that twisted that, you know, hey, you know, the kids are bad. No, the kids gotta learn.
Ain't
somewhere.
no way that the kids feel like that in 2021
No.
with all the influence
No.
of
Right.
sports stars,
Yeah.
music,
Yeah.
and just the whole vibe of togetherness. Like,
Yes.
you absolutely right,
You are
Carl.
absolutely
Like
right.
that definitely is coming from the parents, and on the flip side of that too, to not just come straight out and land-based Logan County.
Mm-hmm.
He also said that his best friend
Yeah.
lived there,
Yeah.
and he had a loyal friend who would vouch for him
Yes.
about the things that he was going through
Yes.
too. So,
Yeah.
you know, you get one or two that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, make sure that everything is cool. But I just think the acceptance, and I don't know, man, my daughters done went to some schools too, private schools, where they say that just the people being emboldened in a type of excuse me, racist stance
I
is
can
not
speak to that.
racist, but just
No,
being
like,
just disrespectful
I
type
can speak to
stance.
that a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before in that same exact podcast was I worked in a industry that was predominantly a different demographic, right? And they wouldn't really say things that were really racist, but it'd be right at the line. You know what I mean? It'd just be like, you know, like I'll wear a suit and they'd be like, yo, you like a pimp. Like, and you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
like it would just be things that were ethnically, morally bankrupt. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Right.
so I understand what it means like that, but we say out to say, would you have rather just for you know, like the growing up aspect, not saying, you know what I'm saying, like when it comes to like the collegiates or you getting the academic part of it, would you have rather been at Ralph rather than Trotwood?
I would have. And no disrespect to Trotwood because it really helped me deal with today's society going to Trotwood because I
Wow.
was able to be around whites compared to me just being around blacks to say, hey, you know, which route would I took it in life? But I really would have rather been at Rolfe.
Right.
But going to Trotwood, it kind of was an eye opener, but it let me understand both races.
Right.
And it really, really helped me out in,
Right.
in life. you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Because I go through it right now. I go through racism right now. Right now, to this day, with Harrison Township.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a lot of people don't understand that a grown man like myself who's doing good business
Great
in this
business.
community in this community and doing things for people in this community.
Yes.
But yet you still got to deal with racism that they think that you're supposed to turn your cheek to, and I won't turn my cheek. I'm just that type of guy.
Right.
It don't make a difference who you are. I wouldn't care. I'm still gonna fight you to the end because I was taught that way.
Right.
You know, I don't give up. I'm gonna fight. You can do whatever you want to, but I'm gonna fight you to the end.
Right.
Whatever
Yeah.
it takes. Yeah.
So, we kind of talk about a little bit of like your sports background. So, like, did you do any sports throughout this time growing up?
I played basketball. I started off playing a little football, ran a little track. My love was basketball. My dad was a really super basketball player. He played at Dunbar. He ran track, held records. He went down to Cincinnati and played with the Cincinnati Royals. Played with Oscar Robinson.
Wow.
A lot of people was like, your dad should have been the man, and you know, and just to hear that, and knowing my dad basically left there and started working at Frigidaire and General Motors and playing little AAU ball. My dad was on the streets gambling with everybody else, you know,
Yeah.
the same thing, you know, like everybody else.
Activity
parents
was
and
up with
stuff.
Pops.
Yeah, so you know, he his life wasn't, you know, golden and stuff, just like my life was not golden. And you know, it's nothing to be ashamed about. But you take life lessons, and by using life lessons, what happened is that you turn around and you build off of it.
Yes.
It makes you a better person.
Absolutely.
I always tell people to never be ashamed about where you came from and what you've done.
Exactly.
It's about what you're going to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's my whole thoughts are what I'm going to do,
Yes.
not what I've done. So I can change what's in front of me. I can fix this in front of me. Everything behind me, can't do nothing about.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's done and over with.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't care what they say. I don't have no machine to go back and say, let me fix this. All I can do is say, let me go forward, and I'm going to make this work.
Right. So, did you have any love for the sport of golf during this time?
No, not at all. and we're talking about sports, so yeah, I mean, not at all, but I promise you, if I knew anything about golf when I was growing up, oh my God, I would have been out on the tour.
Right.
I mean, I love golf that much, and I knew nothing about it because it wasn't introduced to us.
At all.
Yeah.
You know, they're again coming up in this age, this generation, it's not introduced, and we're trying to introduce this to kids that to play football, to play basketball, it's a cool thing, you know, but you sit back and you play golf, and this is, you know, this, when I started playing, it was right when Tiger Woods was really jumping on the scene. But I got introduced to golf by one of my good friends, Ron Harper. So Ron came home playing with the Chicago Bulls, and we were
the legendary Ron Harper.
The legendary, yeah, you know.
Please come talk to us one day, Ron. Please,
I'll break him down here, but yeah. So the thing about it, I mean, we're friends like that. And he came home and he was like, "Hey, we're gonna go play golf," and none of us knew anything about golf. But he got a set of golf clubs because when you play in sports, the company would give them all free golf clubs.
All type of stuff.
So his thing, and I used to be, you only playing because Mike play. You know, brag on it. You only play because Mike play. But he came home and took us to golf, over to Madden Golf Course, which is closed now. And we went over there and went out and played. And my first round, I thought I was doing, I shot 120.
Oh, my.
That was terrible. You don't know golf. That's terrible. But I had the time of my life. And we were like, oh, man. And he had to go back and go to training camp. He was playing with Cleveland at the time, but he was going back to training camp. And then when we came back the next year, I picked up a set of clubs, never was taught, but I started playing.
Right.
And my great friend, Pete Brown, you know, rest in peace, one of the best golfers in the world, black golfer.
Yeah.
First black golfer to win a PGA sanctioned tournament.
Wow.
Okay.
You know, Charlie Sifford, he did his thing. Yes, he did. But Pete Brown was the very first black golfer to win a PGA sanctioned tournament. And he was like a mentor to me. I would go to the golf course and, you know, we'd go out and play. He didn't play a lot, but he taught you a lot by just talking to you.
So when you say you shot 120,
yes.
How do you come up with that number? I mean, is that how many strokes it took you to?
Strokes it took you to finish the round.
Right. So 18 holes.
18 holes.
18 holes.
All you
and
need
then,
is 72 though to finish the round. So if you play. Golf is where the lower score is the best score.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to hit the ball the less time as possible.
Hole in one.
Yeah.
Hole-in-one.
There you go.
I done had two of them, but
What?
Have you?
I had two.
Nice.
2 hole-in-ones.
So what course? What you?
One at Madden and one at up here at Beechwood out in Arcana.
Wow.
Nice.
So golf is you just want to keep your scores low. So, but we're out there having a good time. Me and my friend Mark Jones, the Hustler, my boy down in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hustler.
Yes, sir.
Me, Ron, him. We just had a ball out there, and I'm just hitting the ball. Don't know what I'm doing, but it was great. So it made you come back. And that's why I said today, if parents today took their kids and said, hey, that basketball is cool, but I can get you into school, scholarship, education, HBCUs.
Yeah.
We're looking for black golfers.
Yeah.
Right.
Free education.
Wow.
Right.
You know what these schools are doing? They got white kids playing for Jackson State.
Right.
You got white kids on Alcorn State playing golf.
Because ain't nobody playing.
You're going, why? Because those scholarships need to be taken.
Right.
So they're saying, okay, well, you don't want to take it.
Yeah.
I got to go over here and get these guys and fill this
Makes
in.
sense.
So guess what they're doing? They're getting a free education. While our parents are sitting here worrying about dribbling this basketball and saying, my kid's going to make the team.
That's a capitalist right there.
It's
Little
like,
white
wait
boy,
a minute.
White boy, they capitalists.
Yeah, they like, hey, you know.
I go to HBC, you be the best golfer
Man,
there.
what about the
don't take
Carl's Golf Academy, man? Go ahead and start you a good old
there was
good old academy,
there
bro.
was a time the Mayor Trotwood, a good friend of mine, that I did. I was doing free golf lessons
Mayor
with
McDonald?
kids. Mayor McDonald.
Shout out to her, man.
Yeah, Mayor
I
McDonald.
DM'd her.
That's
Come on the show, man.
love her to death. Bring her here. Love her to death. But we would do things for the kids and stuff, and go out and had 120 kids teaching them by myself. Then they had a couple other police officers come and help me teach the kids because it was a lot.
Yeah.
We did some things with kids, just, taking some time just to help them out, to get them out there.
Right.
If there's anything anybody can take from this, anywhere in this world, minorities, whoever, it's not football and basketball only.
Right.
There's education out there for your kids just to go out and hit a golf ball. You'll be surprised. You look at Tiger and his little son now.
Yeah.
Tiger's son probably beat the brakes off of me because that little kid can play. I'm like, oh, you love it. But to see that.
Oh, Tiger got a son that's sweet.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
Do he, bro?
What? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, his son
Yeah.
is, oh my God.
But-
So he's gonna be on the PGA tour.
He's gonna be the PGA
Yeah,
tour.
for
He's
sure.
gonna be the PGA tour.
So
Dang,
His
that
son is
really
that
cool,
good.
man.
That good. Oh, and
I think it's
12
because-
years old. Yeah.
I think
Big,
golf.
you hit them?
Yeah,
I just
heck
seen
yeah.
him hugging his dad on the course.
Yeah.
They got a picture that went viral of that.
Yeah, but
Yes, sir.
But to me, I think it's because of unknown price variant, right? So with a basketball, we go get a basketball at Walmart, right? And we don't know how much
Right.
like a real cheap,
Right.
nice golf set will cost.
Right.
What do you think will be a good starter set for somebody that's getting in there? What typically costs for
Well,
somebody to start?
about $399.
Okay.
The same price it costs you for them Jordans. You gotta hear.
There you go.
Yeah.
There
Same
you-
price you go get
Yeah.
your kids. Oh, gotta give them the Jordans. What?
For what?
Yeah.
You're gonna give them a pair of Jordans that cost $300-400. We're gonna line them. We're gonna get them, but you can give them a set of golf clubs that can get them an education down the road because you teach them something different. Not to knock the Jordans and what you get for your kid. Get anything because we love our kids. But what we have to stop doing, we have to stop letting our kids dictate what they want.
Yes.
Right.
We have to be telling them what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You got to earn this. I'm watching these
Ring
kids
the real
today,
talk
they
bells,
don't
man.
earn
Ring the real
it.
talk bells, man. We gotta stop letting these kids dictate what they want.
Yes, yes.
Right.
Because they don't have the vision that we have.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're at fault at parents, and I can say a lot because with my kids, I took them from where we stay at, and I took them into the hood, and I showed them, don't ever say to me what you don't have and what you don't like, because I'm gonna show you something, and when I show you the hood, you know you got it good.
Right.
Right.
And you don't have it better than others, but you got it good, and that's
Yeah.
why I get so mad when I hear somebody tell me that their life is a mess. And I said, let me go show you a mess.
Yes.
Come on, get in this car. We're going to ride down here, and I'm going to show you some homeless people. I'm going to show you a car full of kids that's living in there that's got a mess, but yet we talk about it and we got a roof over our head, food in our refrigerator, but our life is a mess. No, it's
Right.
not. It's really not. It's what you make it. But you have to sit up there and you have to better yourself and understand. You stop letting your kids be the boss. You have to learn how to be the boss again in your house.
Yes.
Because you don't want to deal with your kids. Maybe you don't want to deal with your kids. But sometimes that discipline is the best thing for you. I won't forget my discipline growing up. My father and mother disciplined the heck out of me. I love them to this day.
Yes.
To this day. You can't say child abuse or nothing. I loved every whipping I got.
Yes.
I loved every punishment I got put on
Yes.
because it stuck with me, and today it made me a better man.
Yep.
Because, like I said, I wasn't a golden child.
Yeah.
But I can tell you this now.
You know the saying,
Yeah.
rebuke a wise man and he will love thee.
That- you gotta
Rebuke a
believe.
fool and he shall hate thee. So those was
Spare the
man,
rod, spoil
just-
the seed. You heard
well,
that one,
I'm
too?
just saying the fact that he appreciates when he was being disciplined just goes to show, just wisdom in that lane right there, bro. That's major.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
So like, what kind of student were you?
Well, really
in high school.
wasn't a great student. wasn't smart at all. And I say this with all honesty because a lot of people would say, you're smart. And I wasn't smart at all.
Right.
Really didn't like school. Went to school. Didn't understand school until my later years,
Yes.
and I started figuring it out. But I was a wise guy, and I knew how to get the right people around me to help me with school,
Right.
and it worked. I had a girl here that would help me. I had a buddy here that would help me, and we came together, and I learned this. And as I learned, it made me a better person. Like I said, I wasn't the smartest kid in school, but yet it just made me understand. Like I tell people this: there's two types of sense. There's common sense and street sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had both of them.
There we
Right.
go.
I have
And
both
so I think a better way to put it, instead of maybe not saying that you wasn't the smartest kid, but it might have just been just applying yourself.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I agree. To apply yourself into school.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to love going to school. Now, I would cry when I didn't go to school.
Right.
I would sit up there, and if my dad didn't get up to take me because we lived so far away to get in trouble with it, I missed the bus, I would actually cry. And I would be like, come on, dude, get me to school.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be there.
Right.
But once you got there, it was almost like my attention span wasn't,
There you go.
wasn't the greatest.
Right. Right.
And there was some people who had great attention span that they could sit up there and focus on what
Right.
the teacher was saying.
For sure.
So and knowing that to this day, it makes me, it made me a better man in what I do today.
Right.
It made me a better
Right.
man.
Just the ability to understand concepts to me, that's
Yeah.
that's pretty
That's the
much
brass
where
tacks.
I figure if somebody is smart or not. Like, when you listen, do you understand what they're trying to teach you?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes. But we distracted by so many things.
Yeah.
And there is another study out that says normally class clowns are the smartest kid in the class.
Thank you, Smith.
That's it.
That's
it.
Now, I
That's
mean,
it.
because like in my own, you know what I'm saying, like in my own regard, I was the person that would be sitting there talking to the third, and the teacher sit around and say, "Hey, what's the answer to this?" I look up, oh, the answer 7, and I go back to this, and I'll be right, and I would get in trouble for that more
Right.
than, because to me, like I don't know what you're trying to say, just like more or less like bored. I was bored with school.
Yeah.
Because if you did the homework, you come to school with some breeze. But so during your Trotwood years, what's something memorable besides the riot? that
Yeah,
no one
the riot.
talked about?
Yeah, the
The
riot.
riot was lit.
The riot was lit.
What was another thing that you can was a strong takeaway from high school?
Me playing on a basketball team where we won 21 straight games, and we only lost one into the playoffs. But being that guy, being the guy that a lot of folks at the school looked up to, I was always more of a leader than a follower.
Yes.
But yet, my friends at the school, we did things together. I mean, it was no, man, we about to come in here and fight. No, I'm like, where are you getting this at? You coming to your school that you got to go to with your schoolmates to fight. We didn't do those
Right.
things. We did things, hung out together. We track team, the basketball team, the football team, everybody hung out together, and we did things together. And that's why we were talking about golf. I wish I would have known that part back in the days. I knew basketball, I knew football. You know, I love basketball, and I played it, and we played it well.
What position did you play?
I played guard. I was starting point guard.
Yes, sir.
Big dog.
Yeah, hey, listen.
Big dog status.
We were number 2 in the state at the time. Alter was number 1. John Paxton.
Paxtons.
Paxton. John Paxton.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was at Alter at the time, and they were ahead of us. But yet, at the same time, we were a great team. And you know, I used to be a great assist player. Still, wasn't a great shooter. I get a couple points, but I made sure our team wouldn't lose.
So you guys lost in the tournament that year?
We lost to Meadowdale, to Herb Eatman. Big Herb Eatman. He
yeah.
went to play for Kansas City Chiefs. He went to UCLA, then he played for Kansas City Chiefs. Played there for years. I think he still lived in Kansas City. Big dude. He, at the time, you know, you didn't understand a 7-footer that was almost 300-some pounds playing against you in high school.
Right.
Mountain
Like,
man.
this is
Yeah,
a
but
mountain.
they had a decent team, and and you know, I was that guy who had all their cheerleaders. Those were my girlfriends, but they used to hate us so much. They used to hate us at trial. We're like, oh yeah, we come to steal your girls and stuff. So yeah, they used to hate that because my girlfriend, her name was Monica Hall. We used to you know, go over there and see her, and all her friends would always run the trial, and they used to hate us, and we used to be, but it was never no fights and stuff. But it is what it is. But Trotwood, we had a good basketball team. That's why I think today, being an athlete, that's why I love golf so much. When I picked it up, being an athlete, I just picked it up. You know, I didn't have to get lessons. I just, being an athlete, I started playing.
Natural talent.
Yeah.
And I'm watching Tiger and everybody else on TV, and I'm swinging the club, and I'm like, oh, so I guess there again, I said I shot 120. So today I'm shooting 72, 73, 74. So, you know,
Yeah.
my best round was a 66 at one time. Like I said, I went places and won tournaments, and it's just been great ever since. And I'm just so addicted to it, but it's so relaxing.
Right.
So when I'm dealing with this chaos around here, I go to the golf course and I forget everything.
Yeah.
And I just play. It's great.
So,
it's great.
so were you recruited at all? Because I know you went to Point Park University, but were you recruited?
Terry Peavy got me there.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't recruited, but him and Lionel Garrett, they got me there. Yeah, with some good stuff.
So what was that like being a dude from Lorenz, essentially, to be now finish high school, be top dog on your team, to go into college? What was that feeling like?
It was a different feeling because you missed home.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people who go away, they miss home, you know, and home is always home.
Yes.
And it's almost like you want to be here because it's a different environment. You don't have that many friends there, and you don't really understand people like you would think your friends at home understood you.
Yeah.
And you wasn't that person. You wasn't the man. You wasn't the ones everybody was looking up to. Now all of a sudden you're trying to figure it out, like, you know, how long am I going to stay here and what am I going to do, you know? But it is what it is. School is school, and I tell everybody, go get your education.
Yes.
Go get your education.
What was your major and your minor?
Accounting.
Accounting? Okay, okay. Was that like mom or dad influence, or you
No,
just...
one of my teachers, Miss Murray.
Okay. Shout out to Miss Murray.
Shout out Miss Murray. She was behind me all the way and kind of guided me and showed me some things, and I just stuck with it. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, numbers. That's why I love numbers.
Right.
I tell people, I go into my business now, I know every number in there. I know everything in my place, know the costs and stuff. And they be like, how do you know all this stuff? Because, you know, when you in accounting, you just learn everything, and it's what you want to know, and that's how you can deal with business. You can control it.
Well, I saw something that was business,
cool,
and me trying to control the interview here. I saw a very interesting picture of you. You went to the Jack the Rapper?
Yes. My boy Stan and my cousin Durham. Listen, man, back in the days, that was the thing to do.
Yeah.
Jack the Rapper?
Yeah.
Yes.
The hair show down that way? What? We used to go to Atlanta, and it was like the time. And I was the type of person who was really kind of bubbly, and everybody would leech onto me.
Yeah.
So all the celebrities were running and hanging out with me. And my boys, I'm like, do you know these guys? I'm like, no, but they would come around. So we had a good time. I mean, you know, rest in peace, DMX. I mean, he was like really, you know, really cool with me. Like, you know, what parties we're gonna go to. I didn't know he was the way he was, but I was like, oh, okay, you know. We just had, you know, Jodeci. I did some shows with them, and those were some good friends of mine. So, I mean, I really met some good people. I met some real good people, but it was being that person who wasn't afraid to just be yourself.
Right.
Yeah, wasn't afraid.
Right.
Wasn't afraid at all.
Right. So, did you go to Freaknik? Since we talking about Atlanta?
Well, you know what? That's one thing I really didn't do. I didn't go to the Freaknik.
Is that a legendary mistake?
I didn't. That was a mistake. I didn't go to Freaknik. I didn't put that stamp on me, the Freaknik, but you know, it was almost like, well, you know, I should have went down, and I know my people, they went down a lot to Freaknik, but no, I stayed away from Freaknik.
For sure. So, like you were having this love for golf. I mean, it was just out of just pure luck, or was it, you know, like, or was it kind of like the Tiger Woods influence? Kind of really was it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't his influence. It was
Ron Harper.
It was. Well, Ron introduced it, but it was a challenge, and I love challenge because when, you know, you play that bad, you can be better. But I would always think about my dad and my godfather, which is, you know, Jim Brown.
Oh, wow.
Jim Brown, the football player. He was really a good influence because one thing I learned from these people was that we were out in California, and I'll never forget this. Me and Jim Brown and my friend Curtis Smith, we were out in California. So we go out to a park to play ball.
Okay.
And we're playing pickup ball.
Okay.
Jim Brown is about to have this special against Franco Harris, and he was getting in shape, getting ready to do this challenge thing. And he was like, we're going to the park, we're going to play ball. We go up there, and he get in my face, and he said, and one thing I don't do, I never lose. And I'm like, dude, it's just pickup ball. But he was like, no, we win. And he was serious. And scared the mess out of me.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like, we're trying to kill these boys. I'm like, we're not gonna lose. And we didn't lose because I was afraid of this man. My dad always taught me, don't lose, always win, and be the best at what you do.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. I'm serious. My sister took us out there, and me and my buddy Curtis, and we was with Jim Brown, and I tell you, it was like, oh my God, this guy's serious.
Yeah.
About winning.
Intense.
Yeah.
But then you can see how he became the great champion that he is,
Yes.
right?
Oh, by far.
That
I mean,
mentality
by
is
far,
like, man,
by far. And the great athletes and the great players, they don't want to lose.
Right.
They never. I don't care if it's pickup ball.
Right.
If you're playing marbles, they're not gonna lose.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why they talk about LeBron. LeBron don't want to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, his whole thing. They might lose the game, but I guarantee you, he's in that locker room huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
Because he don't want to lose.
Yeah.
KD, they're all the same way. Those guys want to win at everything they do, and that makes them winners.
So, look, bro, like in your college years, had you got into throwing parties? Had you started
No.
doing any
No.
of the blueprint stuff that you would kind of
never did
start taking
And
shape later?
No, and the way I got into the club business and everything was from my friend Mark Jones. It was always somebody, the hustler.
Yeah.
The hustler.
Mark Jones
Yeah, Mark
is
Jones.
a big legend.
Big
Yeah,
dog.
the
Yeah, big
hustler.
dog.
Like, man,
Big,
he's been a
big.
part of so many people's stories
Yes.
that
Yeah.
come in here. Ron Hunter,
Yes.
Tommy
Yes.
Owens,
Yes.
like everybody. Who else? Kenlo? Was Kenlo mentioned him? I
yeah,
think so.
yeah.
Definitely so.
Yeah.
Darren Bird.
Yeah.
Like, so, all of these brothers, man, have definitely shouted Mark out, man.
Yeah, my first nightclub was down on 3rd Street, 3rd and Conover. It was called Kicks, Kixx.
Yes, Kicks.
Yes,
yes, sir.
And Mark had it. It was called Diamonds at the time. And
Right.
Yeah.
Mark ran into a little trouble, and he was like, "Listen, bro," he said, "you might as well just take this and and do something with it." And my uncle owned the building and stuff. Earl Williams, he rest in peace. Uncle Earl, love you to death. Godfather, we called him.
Yeah.
And we went from it being called Diamonds. I changed the name to Kicks and got into the promotion of shows. But I owned a record store at the time, so we're gonna go back a little bit. I owned a record store in Hoover and Gettysburg, which was called Kickers, CDs and tapes.
Yeah.
And from there, I ended up saying, well, I like the music part of it, selling it, so why not jump into this club business? And when Mark, was like, hey, you go ahead, didn't know a thing about clubs.
How'd you get your record store? I mean, not how'd you get it, but when did you get it? Like, about how old
it was
was
in
you?
it was in the early 90s. I bought it from Ron Strayhorn, who they owned a bunch of record stores at Glass House Records.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they had
That's
a little
Tommy
record store
Owens
down
people,
there,
ain't
Glass
they?
House Records,
Yep.
and I.
Every time he
ended
worked there for the very first job he
Yeah.
had was at that record store.
Yeah, so I ended up buying this record store. It was right there on Hoover and Gettysburg, right behind Burger King. And,
Yeah, I remember that.
My sister-in-law was sitting there working for me. My friend Bobby Johnson was working for me. We were selling a lot of CDs and tapes and start trying to figure out the music scene and did an outdoor concert in the parking lot at Burger King. It jumped off. I was like, oh, this stuff worked. And then got a call and from the group Jodeci, when they were first coming out, didn't know who they were, but my sister-in-law was like, they're hot. Everybody's buying their CDs. We can't keep them in. I was like, let's do them. Brought them to Memorial Hall, did a show with them, and never turned back around. And
Wow.
by doing concerts, that's when I said, have my own venue would make more sense, and that's why I ended up with Kicks, and I used to do a lot of shows in there. Tina Marie, Charlie Wilson, he was with the band Gap Band. This is before you guys' time, but it's like,
From here, man. We know about
We
the
actually made a remake of Keep Running I had a rap group called Ohio Coalition, and we remade Keep Running from the Gap Band.
Is that right?
Yeah, ours was called Keep Hustling.
Yeah. So oh, that's good. Yeah, that's a good title.
Hustling.
Good title.
And the song is a certified banger. I'll
Uh-oh.
play it for you guys. Y'all go to
certified,
YouTube. Y'all can hear
certified,
it
that's
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like speaking of some of the celebrities you met, I mean, you got Martin Lawrence, you got Teddy Riley, you got a bunch of people, right? One person I am super jealous about is Rosie Perez, man.
Oh my God! Listen, my my wife would be like, "What the heck?" But yeah, you
That
know.
was one of my biggest crushes growing up, man.
Listen, I'm out in California at the Soul Train Music Award, and I take
Rosie, my bad.
Yeah, Rosie.
Swear to God, I was thinking Rosie O'Donnell.
Man, give me that point if you was thinking that. Man, give me that point.
Hey, damn,
I don't lose, man.
I said, what y'all niggas?
Rosie O'Donnell.
I said, what y'all niggas on?
What's so hot about Rosie O'Donnell?
Rosie Perez from White Men Can't Jump. Remember that?
Remember
that scene? Remember that scene?
It clicked. I was like, okay, that's when I gave both of y'all a point when I remember who y'all was really talking about.
You about to take 2 points away from us?
Yeah, Carl, I was about to take a point from you, bro.
Hey, Smith, I don't know why you fat shaming her, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Who?
hashtag cancel Smith. You know what I'm saying? He don't like Rosie O'Donnell. Man. Ain't nothing wrong with Rosie. Everybody in the comment section, hashtag cancel Smith.
First of all,
Rosie like what you like.
right, Carl. Thank you.
What is a good time? What is a good time? You like a good time, Smith? You like a good time?
No, he
too?
talking about she like women. Now you thought about her being fat or whatever. I didn't say nothing about that, bro. You thought you read my mind.
I did, man. I'm good at it.
That's wrong, bro.
Hashtag cancel Smith.
Cancel Peanut. They gonna cancel you, bro. What in the hell? Our whole show is going. Carl, thanks, man. Now our show is canceled.
Everybody's watching.
Man, that's all right.
I love the big girls, man. You know what I mean? I
Yes,
do.
sir.
You know what I'm saying? It's cold outside. Well, not really. It's kind of unseasonably warm. But yeah, come on, man. It's lit. So anyway,
Yes, sir.
So Rosie O'Donnell story.
Rosie Perez story.
Rosie Perez.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, here's man. Take this boy.
Thank
Take
you,
the
bro.
boy.
I'll take that
Yeah.
from you.
So
He did it.
So we're out at we
Los
we
Angeles.
fly out to Los Angeles for the Soul Train Music Award.
Yeah.
I did a concert with a group called The Boys. And they were little boys, and they were hot. And they
Yeah,
concert.
I remember
so
that.
they invited me out to the Soul Train Music Award. So I fly out to Soul Train Music Award. Me and my friend Curtis, one of my good friends, and we go out there, and we go to this party. Promise you, go to this party, and it's lit. I mean, it's just celebrities everywhere, and everybody doing their things, and she kept looking. Kept looking.
I ain't a tiger like that.
I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm thinking, and at the time I'm hanging out with the group Jodeci. We were walking around, we doing things, and we were having a ball. And she spoke to me and said something, and we just really got close and started kicking it. And it was like, yeah, she was cool as all get out. I was like, oh boy, look like Rosie. But there was, I mean, quite a few people there that you could sit back and I don't want to get myself in no trouble, but
Right.
it was one of those California party type things. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, it's real out here. This is what they do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Man, that is a cool
That
story,
is cool,
bro.
man. That is cool.
Yeah, my life and the things I done been through, it's almost like, for real? It's like, yeah, I can't tell it all. I think I can, but,
Give us just one of those.
it's
Wait.
like, it's like,
Give us one of those stories that, that's enough for the, you know what I mean? Like, what's one of the craziest experiences you've had with a celebrity? You don't have to say the name. You can, and that just be where it's at.
Well, I was out in Kerry Lee. Shout out to my man Kerry Lee. He's a casting director.
Okay.
He's out there and he's back here, but I think his mom's not doing well, so he's back here. But Kerry Lee knows everybody out there. When I say everybody, everybody. So my man Sean Ross taking me out to California. We go out there again, see Kerry, and he's going around showing us and introducing me to a lot of celebrities and stuff like that, and some I met, and that's when I first met Shaq. And me and Shaq, we take some pictures and stuff, and Shaq get real cool, and he's like, this is a good guy. Shaq had just did a record.
Oh yeah,
And he was signing his record, doing the autograph signing. So we would go
went
down
platinum,
there
by the
to
way,
it. Yeah,
too.
we would go down there,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay. So we hang out, and there was a big time celebrity, a young lady who was really, really big time, and well, it's like she took me and was like, we're going to a party. So I end up at a party, and nobody ever knew this. We end up at a party at the Playboy Mansion. at
Wow.
the Playboy Mansion that we went to, and it was almost like you don't supposed to tell nobody because there's only certain people
Hush,
supposed to
hush.
be there.
Yeah.
It wasn't no Bill Cosby stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, Bill, I love you to death, and I understand. But you know, when we get to this party, it was one of those parties that you like, whoa.
Right.
It was one of those parties.
Yeah.
It was free fall for everybody.
Wow.
I'm like, California is real.
Right.
I'm like, this is real. But you know, it's something that a whole lot that was never really put out there. But yeah, it was one of my secrets, but it's out now.
So
It's a secret that I really haven't told nobody, but it's out now. That's
so
for real.
I'm trying to surmise the situation because when I think of Hollywood party, I think of, so like the Hollywood, scene. It's like there's, naked women, scantily clad women of other places. There's drugs all over the place.
Everywhere. Drugs everywhere. And I don't do drugs.
Yeah, of course.
I don't do drugs. I mean, it's like I'm not a drinker. But to watch and see how these people lived
Yeah.
and the things they did and the way they did it, and to sit back and to shame us as black people.
Wow.
I'm like, are y'all serious? No, serious. I
Wow.
mean, it's almost like we sit here and our biggest problem is we fight amongst each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We fight amongst each other, which
Yeah.
is the dumbest thing in the world. Because you're mad because this guy's getting money, you're mad because that person getting money, you're mad at the way he's driving, the way he's living, or whatever, and you're mad about it.
Yeah.
And these folks are out here and they have way more than what you have.
Way
Period.
more.
Way more than what you have, and they're just giving it away, and it's just there, and they don't care. They don't care that you played in this movie or you were in this play. They didn't care. It was, but they all did the same thing, and it was hush hush.
Right.
And it was almost like when we leave here and walk down the street, it's like nothing ever.
Nothing ever happened.
Nothing
You know, well, one thing that we was just talking about earlier, man, and I got to think how I want to present this.
Let me give a shout out to Love and Basketball real quick.
Yeah, all day.
Can't hear. So go ahead.
I had a question in here
No,
too.
but I wasn't gonna say who it
Well,
was.
I got a question to hear about that
Go ahead.
too.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What,
later.
what I
A little
think
later.
what I was gonna say is that, kind of like just to piggyback on your point, I think black people are normally more conservative than.
Oh, they're kind of free spirited. I mean, like you could say.
Well,
that.
I just think that like it's a lot of things that we look at as extreme taboo, like drugs, for instance. Like the way that black people look at drugs, and I know that you got black people on drugs.
They'll go sneak
but
in a
for-
restroom to snort
for
right
the
there
mo-
in a room full of
For the
people.
most part, like cocaine.
Yes.
How it's looked at by the average black person is something you better not do. You better not. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But like whites, it's almost like a recreational drug that you just get high.
It's a rich
you
man's
party
drug,
in
what they try to
one.
call it as. Yeah, like a rich
You
man.
party. I mean, but it can even filter down to crack.
But well, that's the shame of it all.
Right.
That's the shame of it all.
Yeah.
Because what they and I mean, we got to keep it real. What they did is they took us as the minority and they wanted to sit on us because the powder is much larger than this crack. Because the powder is what make crack. And
Right.
all it is that they take all this powder, and it's not just at the parties, it's at their houses, it's in their cars. They have it everywhere. And they get it like it's candy.
Right.
And we'll take it and we'll try to make a living off of it and say, hey, we want to break this down so we can make a living. And it's wrong, yeah, but yet at the same time, I guarantee you, for every piece of crack you got, they have 10 times more powder sitting at their house.
What I always think
Man.
about is this dynamic, and that is a great example because, okay, like the powder form, right? I remember when, if you got caught with like the powder form, it was lesser charges associated. Well, if you added baking soda to it, baking soda is something like, I don't know nobody who owns a baking soda company. You add that into there, and then they accelerate the charges. They're doing the same thing nowadays with heroin. Then when you add in fentanyl, accelerate the charges. Do you think that it's like something that's targeted towards the sellers rather than the people that's partaking in it?
Everybody know it is. Everybody know that.
Right.
That's the reason why they'll do it, because they know if they catch DeLorean with 25 kilos of powder cocaine and let him get away with it, but catch you with an ounce of heroin or crack, you know, you about to do 25 years.
Right.
So it's like you can't have what we have. You can't do what we do.
Right.
And if you change what we do, then we're really going to come down on you because as long as you're doing it our way, it's going to be okay because believe me, they'll come and buy from you and go have their parties with it.
Right.
But yet it kills me when someone want to shame you for something you try to do to try to make yourself better or get out of it because, you know, like I said, I was no angel, you know, and I was in the streets and I got in trouble and I sat back and understood the ideals of what's wrong and what's right.
Yes.
Because all you have to do is tell me once though.
Yep.
Guess what? I won't give you an aspirin.
Yep.
Bro,
Yeah.
you can't come and ask me for aspirin. What? Bro, you better go over to CVS and buy you some.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna set me up and you're not gonna tell me this is what I gave you and it wasn't.
Right.
Because the sad part of this life that we live in right now is that this young generation is really making a lifestyle out of it. And they shouldn't make a lifestyle out of it.
Right.
You know, you're not going to live up to Escobar or, you know, whoever out there because they are the ones who's bringing it over here.
Yes.
And you want to look good and you think that's cute. It's not. You know, some people have did it to try to find a way out.
And for me, like, that's why it's so important that, you know, I do the sell stocks not dope presentations because I want to show people you can literally make this money inside your house and you're not going to have the feds kicking your door in, taking your cell phone, and getting anything besides pictures of you and your lovely cats that you got in your phone. Right?
Right.
So at the end of the day, like, that's why I do the sell stocks not dope. That's why my classes are free. The book is free. Smecky tell me I need to raise the price. The second book will be up, but the book is free. You know what I mean? So make sure y'all go to Amazon.com. Y'all check my book out for free, man. But let's get back into the interview, right?
Yes.
So you met Sinbad.
Yes. Good friend of mine. Good friend.
So-
Love Sinbad.
So Sinbad has went on record saying that, you know, that the Shazam movie did not occur. Smad, do you believe him when he said that the Shazam movie never occurred?
The Shazam movie?
Do you remember the movie Shazam as Sinbad as a genie?
Before his time.
Well, did I see Shazam
Did you
as
see Sinbad as a genie once in your life?
I don't know.
What about you?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so he has said, look, okay, so listen, he's your good friend. Tell me, you $10,000. He put out a video. He said, if anybody can prove that he was in the Shazam movie, he'll pay you $10,000. And I found a clip of him with some kids coming out the genie bottle,
Shazam,
and he's still saying he didn't do it.
Yeah. Well, let's just say this, and Sinbad, love you to death. Hope you see this.
And
Now,
you own $10,000?
Well, Sinbad wasn't doing well. He had a stroke several months ago, but I believe he's doing better. But he's one heck of a guy. Such a realist. I mean, one heck of a guy. If anybody you want to meet, and a guy who's for the people is him.
Wow.
You know, but you did play in the movie. You know,
There we go. We finally saw this, man.
I need part of my 10, but yeah,
So
you did.
what
play
is his premise on saying that he wasn't in
Because
it? Knowing that
everybody's trying to
there's
say that they're
movies out?
confusing it because friends. So are you familiar with the Mandela Effect?
No.
Okay, now the Mandela Effect has been going on ever since the Berenstain Bears. Well, it actually started with Nelson Mandela because they said that Nelson Mandela died while he was in prison, and then they come to find out that some people say he died in prison, some people say he went off to get out of prison and become the president and well, like the leader of their nation.
He was
Yeah.
president.
Yeah. So
yeah, he got out of prison.
But there's
president
an
of South Africa.
But but like they made a whole thing out of that because there were a certain demographic. Half of the people believe he died based off of news that was like released. So they have a whole thing named the Mandela Effect. I'm sorry to turn into this, but so if you look at the Mandela Effect, you'll see stuff like the Berenstain Bears or the Berenstain Bears, where there are people out there that are saying that if you remember what that book looks like, if you look at the way it's spelled, it's completely different. And this is another one of those Mandela Effects.
Yeah, I see that type of shit happen a lot, though. I see, one time, the pronunciation of people's name changes from year to year in broadcast. You're like, damn, hold on, this man was something else. Or I mean, it's a similar, but it's just a tweak
Yeah.
to how they're actually pronouncing a name. But this is like it's
I'm not
official
putting
name
my
and it's been
tinfoil hat
there.
on, but like they're saying that because people are going back in time and changing stuff. But I ain't pulling.
Bearstein, Bears. Yeah. So he's trying to figure out which one it is.
So nobody was happy.
But Sinbad said he ain't never been in no movie.
And there's proof out there that he actually did.
It's a movie that's out, like
'cause he
published
dressed up
movie.
as a genie.
Everybody remember
Have you?
that.
Hey, can we go to YouTube right now and pull up a clip from it?
I mean, like you gonna find more videos of people trying to prove it because they want that 10,000. Number one, and then number two, you're gonna see people saying, "Nah, it never came out." You never gonna find
All
a full
right,
movie.
here we
out.
go. Let's see if we can
We going
find it.
down
But
the
come on,
rabbit
let's get back. Let's get back to this.
All right.
I'm researching right now.
So, LeBron gifted you tickets to go to a basketball game.
Yes.
That was the Christmas. It wasn't the Christmas game. It was the Knicks versus the Heat.
Exactly.
Okay, so what's the connection with LeBron?
Just knowing some of the people that he knew, that kind of shout out like, hey, have your boy come on up here, come to the game. I just went to Phoenix and watched Golden State and Steph play. Took a friend out there. You know, when you have friends and stuff that you know, they make sure you got tickets and make sure you get to the games, you know, from just watching him as a kid growing up, and when I first seen him play up in Vandalia at, I think they were playing against, was it Dunbar that day? Yeah. And I was like, oh, this kid's the truth. That the whole team was the truth. And watching him growing up, look at there. Is it real?
I told you, it's a real thing, man. I don't make up stuff, man.
No, I believe you, but I'm just saying here.
It feels like a part of
But
my
don't play too much of
childhood.
it because we may get a copyright strike.
People have
What, a YouTube video is a copyright strike?
Yes.
No way.
Our DeMarco video got a copyright strike on it.
Did it?
Yes.
When he was in here?
Yes, playing his own music off his YouTube, we got a copyright strike.
But that's because that's from Drake. That's from the Drake. That's because he copyright strike. He copyright by playing Drake's instrumental. That's why that was.
Well, probably. But nah, because he was rapping over the beat, so it's a different thing. But anyway, so if you go look far enough, it'll be a video of Sinbad putting a challenge out there, and that's where it all started from. Because he said, "I never played no daggone movie. I ain't never been no genie." This, that, third, and then people were saying that it's because we seen the Shaq movie of Kazam. Yeah. So like they were saying that those two movies did not exist, and Shaq said that he got the only genie movie. So it's a whole big old thing. So anyway, so so are you still looking it up?
LeBron.
Yeah. So so with you said, you know, good friends, make sure you got good tickets and good seats. You actually did that for Kevin Easley, right?
You
Right?
better believe it.
At the Old State game, right?
Penn State.
First
Okay.
Ohio State game.
I told him, I said, hey, when you got friends, you never know. And when he came, he was like, what, you know, bro, here, take these tickets, do it. Because, see, people do things for you.
That's
You got to do
blessing.
things for other people.
That's love.
And that's all it is. And it's not, you want anything from nobody.
Yeah.
So I never would come to him and say, hey, I need this, give me that. No, you just do it. Because you want people to know there's people out here would do things for you and they don't want nothing. From you.
Exactly.
That's why I tell you, these people, they'll do stuff for you because they don't want nothing from you. They just want you to know that they're good people.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand that. They think every time you do something, he must want something. Let's see what he wants.
Everybody think it's a hook attached to it.
Right. Yeah. And that's not how it works. Not with me. I'm telling you, when I do things for people, it's love. It's out of love. It's out of respect. It's the things they do for me. It's, you know, I have great people around me. Right. I mean, right now to this day is the best days of my life because the people that are around me, my friends, my family, my nephew. I mean, I just love these people because they love me. They make sure I'm all right because guess what? I'm going to make sure they are all right.
Absolutely.
And see, that's where our problem come in because a lot of times people just worry about themselves. But you got to make sure everybody else around you is good too. So that's my whole thing.
Make sure I'm all right, Make sure you're good. You gotta make sure I'm all right, man.
Yeah. So that's the good thing about these.
I need to hang around people. I need to hang around more people like you. You know, hey, bro, like, think it with, brother. You wanna make a podcast?
I was just, you know, it's so funny. I was just sitting here thinking, like, hey, man, he know a lot of people. I might could replace Peanut. with Carl and bring on all the celebrity friends.
See that? You want to replace?
Yeah, we're gonna bring all the celebrities over here. All the celebrities, come on, bring me here.
I think we got a new
We know.
podcast coming soon. Oh yeah, baby.
Oh my God.
The Carl and Smith show. I see it now. First host, first guest, Sinbad. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you know the good thing about the brother Sinbad, when we had the tornadoes that came through here, and the brother was in town, and he reached out and he came down and he made sure, and he told me, it's like, listen, man, he said we went through a whole lot. This brother was real. I mean, he was in depth. He really wanted to know. He really wanted to see. It was no fake. It was no celebrity thing. It was no like, oh, let me just be the celebrity walk around here. No, he wanted to see. He wanted to feel what the people was feeling. Yeah. And that's what I love about that brother, man. He didn't care about who he was in the public. He was sitting here worrying about the people
here,
making sure they have food and water and stuff like that. He wanted to see the destruction because he knew the rebuild was going to take so long, and we're still rebuilding. Yes. And he said this wasn't going to be something that was going to happen overnight.
Right.
And I'm telling you, and I love that brother for being him. And it was no fake to him.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I done been around some celebrities who, you know, oh yeah, and then when they jump in the car, come on, let's go. Let's hurry up and get out of here. No, this brother was like, take me through the hood.
Right.
Let me
Yeah.
see. I was like, oh wow. I was like, oh man, that's crazy. But yeah, those are big shout out to Dave Webb for bringing him up and coming through. Dave had the Funk Hall of Fame. He's a really good brother too. Like I said, man, these people that I had a chance to meet and be around and see, it's just amazing. But that's God blessing me with the things He want to bless me with.
Right.
You know, a lot of people pray for different things. I pray for certain things. I don't pray for wealth. I don't need wealth. I mean, I need wealth. But, you know, I need wealth. Yeah. But God showed me how to get wealth, and what I pray for is wisdom.
Right.
Every
Bro,
day.
so let's rock right there for a minute, bro. All right. So you definitely somebody who everybody would look at as someone who has had success.
Yes.
Okay. How do you approach your day? How do you, when you wake up, how do you get your day rolling, bro?
The first thing I tell everybody to do, this is crazy. Make up your bed.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
Very first thing.
Okay, come on.
Very first thing.
That's a good one.
Make up your bed. Don't even go brush your teeth. Make your bed up.
Yeah.
Make your bed up, and what it's going to do is going to put you in the mood to sit up here and get up and take care of your business every single day. Someone asked me, like, why do you get up and do the things you do every day when you don't have to? Because if I didn't have to do it and I didn't do it, then I'm going to sit there like an old man in a rocking chair, and I'm going to be lazy, and I'm not going to use my mind, and I'm not going to use what God is telling me to do.
Yes.
And that's just saying, hey, I'll give you the wisdom to do this, but you have to be you have to be the person that they're going to look at. Because if you don't do it, then they're not going to do it. If you don't sit up there and get on your roof and, you know, fix your ventilation system, they're not going to do it. So I try to lead by example.
Right.
Sitting in the house, laying in bed is not leading by example. Getting up in the morning, 7 o'clock every day, and going to bed at 3. You know, my wife used to always get on me about that. You know, you get up early, and you know you just got home. You know, now you know it's almost like I'm still doing the same thing. I'm getting up, going to bed late, getting up early because it's a routine that must be done. And if I continue doing it, I'm going to continue being blessed, but yet at the same time, I know we're going to win in the end. Because we have a project that's coming up that hasn't hit the pavement yet, but it's something big that's coming up to the city of Dayton, which maybe in another month or two, we'll put it out there. But it's huge, really huge. But I just want to keep it under wraps for right now, but that's because it's hard work.
Right.
That's just hard work.
So well, let me take you back, because we laying down just a cool blueprint. You know what I mean? You get up,
7 o'clock in the morning.
you making your bed. Then what's next?
Then basically what I do is I try to make sure that I know where I'm going to go. How when I leave my house.
Mm-hmm.
I learned a long time ago, at night, what I would do is write down 10 things that I was going to do no matter what. I would sit down at night, write down 10 things. In the morning, I would set that on the side of my bed. When I would get up, I would make sure I check those things off my list as I do them.
Yeah.
So those things would get me motivated to get out here and do the positive things instead of the negative things.
Right.
And those 10 things can be anything simple. Go to the post office.
Yeah.
Make sure you call your mother. Stop at the grocery store. Go, play a number. But it was 10 things I wrote down that I was going to do. And as I did those things and checked them out, I knew my day was accomplished. If I have to go to the store, to GFS, Sam's Club, or to Restaurant Depot, or to the liquor store to get liquor, whatever it takes, I knew I had to do those things because they wasn't going to get done by themselves.
Right.
And a lot of people say, why don't you delegate it out? So you want to delegate things out, but yet if I delegate everything out, then I accomplish nothing for myself. So I have to find a way to accomplish things for myself.
Let me check in with you. So right here in my phone, right? I don't know if y'all would be able to see it or not. But this is a checklist.
Yes.
This is a checklist, and I want to read just a few of mine. Even though you plan your work your plan. Don't tell nobody what you planning as a way for you to be able to navigate, right? But mine is check on justice, make fundraiser promo, post on IG, post on Facebook, remake Danielle order, construct professional fundraising email, schedule day for Jerry from All Ohio Red. So what Carl is saying is we're not planning to take over the world on our checklist.
No. Right.
But we're planning simple things that we know that we can accomplish. But when you checking these things off, it shows you that you got progress.
Exactly.
So this was my checklist for one of these days, right? But then as you check all these things off, you go back, right? You go back, and then you get a chance to look at all of your reminders from a whole year.
Yes.
I can just scroll up my phone, right? And I can say, damn,
Right.
this year I have
copy.
da 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 da. And you know what? Sometimes though, you put a big dog on there. You put something that you
Like, man,
a
it's gonna be hard to
little,
write that.
yeah, you know, it's some shit that you want to procrastinate about.
Yeah.
You know you might not do this, but I put it on my list
Right.
just in case I'm
Just in
feeling like a
case.
dog.
Yeah.
And then you actually accomplish that one.
That's a good feeling. That's a good
You like, damn,
Yeah.
I did that. You know, put something. Some of these things that I kind of put down too, bro. And the only reason why I'm kind of like rocking with you is just to show just a business person who's out here trying to start their own business or work for themselves. This is a similarity that me and bruh got.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So if you do want to have your own business, one important characteristic for you to either pick up, put in your bag, is planning.
Proper planning, for sure.
Planning, some goal setting, man. Like when I was a kid, I used to hear them talk about goals, and I was thinking, like, is that for real? Set a goal, but man, I'm telling you, man, a definite plan of purpose and a goal.
Yes.
Tough for you, man. I mean, it's something that can make you be able to understand if you're progressing or not.
Which is true. Yeah.
There's accountability, like, and then so, for instance, like my grandma always said, right? You can't eat an elephant in one sitting, right? But you can one bite at a time, right? So
Yes.
it's all about putting together a small portion, small bites. Small bites lead to a big feast. You know what I mean? So that is a great point. So speaking of a big feast, speaking of that, let's segue into what, you know what I'm saying, what we here for, which is, so I in my research is I saw the 8 Ball and Wings inception, but at first was this supposed to be named Chad Munn Timeout Sports Bar and Grill?
No.
Okay, so like, what was that?
No.
The Chad Munn Timeout Sports Bar and Grill. You never heard of that?
No.
Every time I probably not. All right. So anyway, so when did the inception for the 8 Ball and Grill start? The 8 Ball and Wings.
Well, 8 Ball and Wings that was my cousin's place
Okay.
at the time. And when he had it, you know, I guess it was a good place. I went there a couple times, but it was a good place to go to for our neighborhood. When it shut down and became Bank Shot, you know, it was almost like, oh my God, you know, what are you trying to pick up on? Was you trying to piggyback from it? When me and my partners out of Cincinnati ended up getting in, we named it the Arena. The Arena came from a name, kid you not, from a girlfriend of mine who stood up there and said, you need to call that the Arena. So I was like, oh, that'd be a cool name because, you know, we were thinking about doing a lot of concerts and stuff in there. But we promised Mayor McDonald at the time that we wasn't going to do like crazy stuff, rap shows and all that. We were going to make it a neighborhood sports bar and just keep it friendly in neighborhood. And that's what, you know, we really wanted to hold on to. When I left the Arena, which was 2.5 years ago, and opened up Members Only 937, I just have a different vision than what's there in the Arena. It's an excellent place to go to. Beautiful people that's over there. You know, and I speak highly of all these bars and clubs around here. That's one thing no one can say about me, that I talk about people, bars or clubs. I promise you I don't.
Right.
If anybody tell you that, please come see me because I'll tell you they're lying.
Right.
Because I promote your club at my club. I promote your bar at my bar.
Right.
Yeah.
I close early so people can go to your bar.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that. And they ask me, why do you close early? So you can go to their bars. So you can go and visit, you know, this is our city.
Yeah.
And I tell you what happened to me. I was in Atlanta, and I was down there, and it was around the Jack the Rapper time. But I'm down there hanging out, and I'm at a club called Club 112. And these people, I mean, they laid out the red carpet for me. I mean, everything. That club was still open at like 5, 6 in the morning. We get there, they moved everybody out the way, took us in, and I'm thinking, who's with me?
Right.
And, you know, it's like, who's behind me? But they were like, no, this is for you. Come on. And we got treated swell. And I tell the guys, I said, listen, man, I appreciate everything you did. When you guys come up to Dayton, man, I'm going to show y'all the time of life. And the guy said, Dayton? Man, if I took a vacation, why would I come to Dayton? I said, I go anywhere. I'm going down south to the Bahamas or somewhere. And I was like, oh, wow, why would somebody come to Dayton?
Right.
So it almost hurt my heart to hear someone from down there. We run there, but they don't run here.
Right.
We run to them, and we're that city. We run to everybody else.
Yeah.
But they never run to us.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's ask ourselves, what are we doing wrong? That we can run to the Atlantas, we can run to the Detroits, we can run to the Chicagos and the New Yorks and the DCs and the California. We can run there, and where are we going? Oh, I'm going such. But why aren't they running here?
Right.
So my thing is, I try to come here and make something that people from your Pittsburgh, your West Virginias, your Louisville, your Lexingtons, your Indianapolis, your Toledos, your Columbus can run too. So the people that come through our doors right now, they'll tell you, oh, I just came down from Lima. I came down from Fort Wayne. I heard about your spot. So it makes you feel good about what you're doing because we didn't have that. And I'm not sitting here saying nobody around here is not doing that. We're doing it because we love our city.
Yes.
I love the clubs around here. I mean, I love all the clubs around here. I never talk about them. I tell people to this day, go support them. Support your black business. We need you. I need you. You know, certain people are like, man, why would you sit there and say about, I love those clubs there. Because there's certain clientels that need to go to those clubs, and certain clientels that need to go to this club. And we have to have these places for people to go to.
Yeah.
So some of us who can deal with, you know, some of these spots and be like, oh, they're comfortable with it. And some of us be like, well, I'm comfortable over here. So why would I knock your spot and want your clientele to come here?
Right. When that ain't even what you're looking
What
for.
I'm doing. I'm not doing that. That's not my scene, and that's not what they're going to like. So I need you to stay open, and I support you to 100%. No, I don't dislike anybody. I mean, any club owners, anybody. Do you, I promise you. Whatever we can do to help you, we will help you. Do you. And I done have people sit up there and bring their flyers and put it all, oh yeah, here, put your flyer here. I got my best friend, Stan McKnight, sits on a mic every night and tell people what clubs to go to.
Yeah.
Hey, go check out the Palms.
Yeah.
You know, go down to Legend. Y'all go see Sporties. Go
Yeah.
to Heroes.
Yeah.
You know, he's every night. And we look at the brother and we like, and people are like, man, you gonna let him say that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love that because we love our people.
Well, let me ask you, bro. So, just in my time, of course, we make memorial T-shirts, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? And I know that I have. When I get ready to go to a club, man, I consider danger, bro.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
To just know if everything is gonna be cool.
Yes.
If you have to give advice to somebody who is opening up a club, what would be your advice to them to keep a good, safe environment where shit don't happen, niggas getting shot and a bunch of shit going on?
Right.
You gotta hire him.
Hire six.
Yeah,
Besides hiring, my bro 6'9", baby. Yes, sir.
Love to my nephew, but yeah, a lot of advice when I think about opening up a business or someone tell me, hey, I want to open up a club, and
Yeah.
the first thing I'll tell them, where you want to put it at?
Right.
What's your demographic? What do
Audience
you
you wanna
want?
appease
What
to.
do you want to see that walks through your door that you can be comfortable with?
Yeah.
You have to be comfortable with the people that come through your door. And being comfortable with the people that come through your door, all you ask them to do is respect your house. And if they learn how to respect your house and respect you, you won't have those problems.
Okay.
See, a lot of places, they take anyone and they won't respect their houses and they won't respect what they do because they haven't earned the customer respect.
Right.
Earn the customer respect. Find out what they want. Find out what they need. Find out what they dislike and what they like and try to accommodate them. And that's what all business is about. When I go into the restaurants or go out to eat or to dinner, you know, I'm sitting there trying to make sure these are the places I want to go that they're going to take care of me and serve me.
Right.
So in our business, we have to serve our customers.
Right.
So when you come through that door, if you have an issue or a problem, you can come talk to me. I'm not going to send you to my manager. I'm not going to send you to my nephew. I'm not going to send you to my buddy.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit there and you can come and talk to me. I'm not hiding in my office. I'm out there with the people. So you can tell me, hey, this is what I don't like. So if you open a business, make sure you're willing to talk to everybody that come through that door if they want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Make sure you're willing to talk to them.
Yeah. For the most part.
Yeah.
Man, for the most part, baby, because God damn, I'm going to tell you about something. And this for my customers. Man, bro, if you want to get a T-shirt made, talk to anybody in this motherfucker except me. Because I'm tired of that. They be like, we're smearing that. We're smearing that.
And why do they, and when they ask you that, what do they want?
They be like, how much you going to charge me for a shirt?
I get that every day coming through my door.
Right.
Why you charging me? Why you charging me to get in?
Yes, Carl.
Go get Carl, man.
Yeah.
You know what I tell my people at the door when they say go get Carl? If you know Carl, call him on his phone because his number ain't never changed.
Right.
If you know him and he wants you, just call him on his phone.
Right.
And if he tell me to let you in, I will. But see, everybody asked us for free stuff, but they don't understand these lights aren't free.
Shit,
that electric bill's not free. That DPNL is cost.
Yeah.
Part of
all
it-
this product. You know, they don't understand that part of the business.
That's a
Well,
bar.
part of it
That's a
is
bar.
how you
That's
treat
a bar,
people.
man. You
Well,
Well, and the thing is, man, me, if they do get me, it's gonna be a love fest. Like, cause man, only thing I want to do is see somebody happy, right?
Right. Yeah.
So if I can make you happy, then I'm going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that in turn pretty much bring me happiness, you
Right,
know?
exactly.
And I want to do the best job that you could have ever gotten anywhere in the world. Like, if you could go somewhere else and get it, why would you come to me?
Yep.
And so when you leave out of here, I want you to leave with something that is exclusive, beautiful, and major. You
I
know?
done bought several T-shirts from you.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you know that. I done came up and bought plenty of T-shirts from you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I never asked for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
I came to support, for real.
But it's been that one person who has actually been in here where caught me in the front. I'm like, can I help you? They come to me. And when they get the service that and I do want to duplicate that type of quality for everybody that's in here, but I don't know, man. When you do business with the owner, when they come in and they actually know you, it's pretty much kind of like, it's just an elevation of their status, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's it to us. It's like, God damn,
right,
man,
yeah.
what you want, bro?
I had a
You
guy
want a drink?
Yeah, I had a guy that asked me the other day. He was like, hey, Carl. I was like, what's up, man? What's up? He was like, let me get a bag of chips. And I looked at him. I said, what'd you say? I said, there's my bartender right there.
Yes,
bro, my bartender right there. Just asked her.
Yeah.
I said, just asked her right there. Just tell her what you just told me. Asked her. He looked at her and looked at me, and I was like, dude. And he said, can I get a bag of chips? And she went over and got it. And I looked at him. I said, now what?
Yeah.
But like you said, it might have just been, I like to see you do it because I can let people know I know you.
I want you to.
Chips.
Like the saying goes, like, people respect the boss that get their hands dirty. You know what I mean?
Man, no doubt, man. And I do understand that stuff, but then it's
not no bag of chicken. You get your hands.
but people honestly do, like, they'll call sometimes and say, I want to deal with you. Yeah. I want you to do this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Your quality is gonna be higher than somebody that didn't build it.
Cause, man, you know, like with our businesses, with the things that we do, sometimes we promote. And I kind of want to segue to this, bro. Mm-hmm. You know, not to give away your sauce, you know, but everything that you touch, we're seeing gold. You know, we're seeing success. We're seeing success, bro. Yeah. So what do you do differently to make the things that you touch do well? You know?
Honestly, I truly believe it's the people I put around me.
Yeah.
It's the people that I put around me, because I don't take credit for the things that I do to make stuff right, because I had a relative used to tell me, he's like, man, you like bar rescue. He said, man, I done seen you go to places and you just say it and you just make this happen, and you go from one spot to another and you keep doing it. Mm-hmm. But my thing is that, like I said, when I pray for wisdom, and when I get the wisdom and I know how to sit here and see what the people want, because I'm trying to do it for them. I'm not trying to do it for, it's not about me, it's about the people. Right. I don't want to go to work and hit a clock and take a lunch break and come back, hit a clock, and then go home. I want to be able to get up when I want to and do what I want to, how I want to. But yet at the same time, you have to do it for your people. So when I feel that the success that I done had here recently in the oh my gosh, I mean, Cincinnati, my clubs in Cincinnati, you know, shout out to my boy Max down there, Terry down there. We did celebrities, we did great, you know, Brownstone, great levels, Brandy's. We did so much good business down there. I was living here. A lot of people didn't know I was still living here, and they thought I'd moved out of town. But I was in Cincinnati all the time, and I'm down there because it's a lot of love down there. Yeah. And we're doing big things. You know, my boy Max, you know, showed me some things. Was like, hey, dude, you know, we're gonna make this right. And I did it, and I was that people person. Max would not talk to the people. Right. I had to do all the talking. Like, go see him. Go talk to him. Talk to my partner. Boo. And I would do all the talking, but I really was a people person that I could talk to. A lot of people don't know that I'm approachable. Yeah. I'm not that person who's stuck up. I'm not close to being, I won't talk to you because you're not on my level. Right. No, I'm not on your level, because guess what? I'm trying to get where my people are at, where they're at. I love people.
All right, I got another question for you. I got a question for you, bro, and you're going to like this one, okay? Have you ever been up? Man, I'm talking about, bro, you was doing well. Your money was where you wanted to see it at. And then all of a sudden, shit started just messing up. And for whatever reason, you just start seeing shit just dwindling, going down, and you just trying to figure out a way to recover, and you actually did. Have you went through something like anything like that?
I would say when the recession hit, and I don't know and it wasn't long ago, we went through a tough recession.
Yeah.
We went through a recession where money was hard to come by. People didn't have the money. Business were dying.
Yeah.
We didn't know, how to, and I wouldn't say we sunk. I was at a point where I knew that I would get out and I could make money the right way, no matter what it took.
Yeah.
When I went and started working at Home Depot.
Word.
I went and worked at Home Depot.
Did you?
Man, I worked over here at Trotwood, Home Depot. I went in there working in the garden department.
Yeah.
And 4 weeks, I was the assistant store manager.
In 4 weeks. That's legendary.
In 4 weeks. And they were training me to be a store manager in, it was supposed to be in Trotwood, but they tried to move me to Columbus, and I walked away from it. But what I did, I basically took that and used it as an educational piece.
Yeah.
Because what I did is I went and learned how they did business, and to take the way they did business by learning how they did it, I was able to apply that to my business.
Yes, sir.
Because see, what people think, have you ever worked? Have you ever had a real job? Well, I worked at Emory. I worked at Chrysler. I done had some jobs where, that paycheck was there. I used to leave Emory. I go to work at Emory 11 o'clock at night, get off 5 o'clock in the morning, be at Chrysler at 6, get off at 2, go to the golf course, play golf until 7 o'clock, sleep for 2 hours, get up and do it again. And I did that every day.
Man,
and it was
the
crazy.
best thing ever, bro.
But it was almost like, dude, really? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, because I knew what I wasn't going to do is be on these streets. I knew I was going to work and enjoy my life because I didn't want nobody to take that away from me. So I would actually do that every single day, every day. So when I felt like, things went down and the recession.
And this is
hit,
after you had Kicks.
This was after I had Kicks. This was after I had the Fox. We had the Fox 2000 after that. I worked at Speedway. I worked places, man, people wouldn't even imagine. But I took jobs. And I took jobs just because I knew to maintain an income, to maintain my bills, and take care of my family.
Man,
I was gonna do it,
this
bro.
is the best thing, man. And not because you are a serial entrepreneur.
Yes.
You are a legend. You on the Legendary People podcast, and you are for real big dog.
Yes.
You are OG. You are a role model for younger bros like me, right? But to hear that,
the humbleness to just go back and go reinvent yourself.
man, for anybody, bro, for anybody.
Yeah. Anybody
you can't. This is undeniable, man. That may have been the best question I've ever asked on this show, and the answer was equally great.
Yeah. People don't know. People don't know because they always think that, you were that guy who always maintained and you were up here. But, you're only as good as you want to be. And if you decide that you want to be good, which I decide I want to be good, and I'm not going to step on nobody as to be good, I'm going to just take my turn and I'm going to sit here and do it the right way. There again, I'm humble and I thank you guys for seeing that, but I don't see myself that way, and I hear it a lot.
Yeah,
and I still won't believe it. And I tell you, I get a lot of people tell me like, "Man, listen."
Yeah,
and I always say, "No, people hate me." That's what I tell people all the time. I be like, "No, people hate me. They mad. They don't like me. They talk about me." I say this all the time. I'm like, they really hate me out here. I'm serious because I feel a certain way that it's almost like I would take a chance. I'm not afraid of a loss. I'm not afraid to lose. I'm not afraid of a no. I'm not afraid to say, what's your credit score? They're going to turn you down. I told someone just the other day, don't ever let someone tell you that you can't do it and you can't have, because you can have anything you want as long as you go out and do it. And it's the truth. But, I find out that I really, really have great people around me, good friends. Stan, my nephew. I love my nephew. I'm telling you, this boy right here, 6'9", kind of, he don't know, but he's my wall that I lean against, because
that's a big ass wall, man.
That's a big wall because one thing about him, I watch his hustle.
Yeah,
I watch what he do.
Yeah.
and people don't see it, and he don't get enough respect from
Word.
working with me, working with the church, working with Mike Wright, working.
Yeah.
I mean, you can call him and tell him, hey, I need this move, I need this done. He'll do it. I bought him a raggedy pickup truck. He took that truck and put it inside. We'll move your furniture. He was moving stuff, moving people furniture, moving junk. And I sit there and watch him, and I said, that's the type of brother I need around me because he has that hustle in him.
Yes.
You know, I sit here and I reward him not just because I have it, because I love him. And I love him because he's true.
There we go.
And you're not going to find too many true people around you. And those are the people that's around me. My brother Stan, love him to death. They're true. I mean, I have people who really believe in me, but yet at the same time, they won't give up on me.
Yeah.
And I put a post out the other day that my mother's the only lady who never gave up on me.
Yeah, I say that.
My mother never gave up on me with all my struggles and
Mama
things
love.
I went through. You know, I'm going through a separation with my wife. Hey, still love you. You who you are, and I understand that.
Yeah.
A lot of that was my fault. You know, that's the business that I'm in.
Right.
You know, being in the club business, you got young ladies in your face all the time. I don't want to take her through that.
Right.
I don't want to, you know, let her sit here and see girls in your face all the time talking to you, but she don't understand.
Right.
Or she understand, but it was almost like it's too much for her to say, here's a girl in your face talking to you. You don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
I could be talking business, but you know, they know what the girls want. Oh, I want to be with you, you know, and it's almost like, well, are you after my money? Are you just trying to get that fame?
Right.
Or do you really like me?
Right.
You know, so you got to be careful in this business.
Yeah.
And see, I'm not that guy.
Right.
I'm not him. I'm not that guy to sit there and say, oh, I'll take her, and
Yeah.
whatever, let's go party. No, they'll tell you, I'm that cheap guy.
Yeah.
I'm that cheap guy. I go to Burlington and go shopping. I go to Marshalls. I go places like that, and I look for the deals. You know, and my employees will tell you, he looked for the deals. Because just because you made this don't mean you got to go out and spend it.
Yeah.
Because you want to be smart in business to keep on growing. Because we grew from something that was very, very tiny, and now it really worked, you know, like you said. But, you know, the blessing come from the Lord from up above. You know, I know He's got His hands on me, so.
Right.
Yeah, that's good stuff. But I want to thank everybody who do like me and who do look up to me.
Bro, we love you, man. We love you, bro. We don't like
I help any brother out here. And I was told once before, why do you tell people without being a consultant and you do it for free? I'll tell everybody everything for free. I'll let them know. I'll pass that on because guess what? My blessing is going to come because I can give you the information to how to start your business and do your business, whatever. I don't need your cash. I don't need your money to say, give me your wealth because you're trying to make wealth.
Well,
because my wealth is from the Lord. He's going to give me my wealth.
There's a proverb, right, from the book of Barnabas that says, buy the truth and sell it not. Buy the truth and sell it not, you know. Man, we'll pass on information. We may do a tutorial. We may put out a book that you can get for free. You might give out all of these steps, your blueprint of how you get up in the morning, how you approach your day, how you go about marketing, how you figure out what it is that you're going to do to be successful, and we give the game away for free.
For free. Yeah.
But if there's something that we want that somebody else has, we'll cash them out for that information, no problem, just to make sure that they're okay.
You pay for it. You're right.
But that in itself brings about this karma, or I like to call it virtue, where you know you got your bank account over here with money in it, but we also have a spiritual bank account that the Most High is keeping track of.
Yes.
And so for in those times
That's
that
real.
we may need something, we can go to the Most High and see how much virtue we've accumulated. And with that virtue, we might be able to get out of a jam we in. And those are the prayers that you're talking about that can get answered.
Absolutely. So, I mean, to me, I still like a little bit of the golf as well. So, let's talk about the story we talked about off camera was when you won the 2013. It was the Classic Swing Golf School Tournament. Was that the Mercedes tournament?
The Mercedes tournament is the one that I actually was the one that I won here. Now we were talking about it before we start, that how
when you win this tournament, you get to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
So the year that I won it, they sent us to Pinehurst, which is a great course down in North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, oh man, I'm 1 year away from. I played it a couple of times, and I could have went to Hawaii if I would have won it, but we won the tournament and went to Pinehurst. And Pinehurst is one of the top golf courses in the country.
Right.
And I was so pleased and happy to play there. Went down, and people from all over the country came down to play also. And the Mercedes, Janelle Ross and her crew out there, her staff put together an excellent tournament every year.
Right.
They do big things all the time. So get down to Pinehurst. Now, what I don't know is that if I win this tournament or I finish in the top 3, I get to go to Augusta and play at the Master Golf Course. Didn't know that they had a separate tournament that you get to go. Not play in the Master, but play at the golf course that they had all the Mercedes dealerships down there playing. I ended up in 4th place. I'm 1 stroke.
Wow.
I was 1 stroke away, and the guy came up to me and he said, man, he said, you guys almost had it. He said, you were just 1 stroke. He said, but, you played really well. And I said, 1 stroke from what? He's like, if you were the 3rd place, you would have went to the Master. I'm like, what?
Oh, my God.
So it was almost like, wow. If I'd have known, I probably would have played a little different. But, it was, I thought that was it. Didn't know too much about the next step. But it was a great tournament. It was a great feel. I've been down to the Masters, went down, seen the golf tournament, seen the course, loved it. But it's just a blessing, and you're humble enough to know that you can put yourself in a position to see these things in life.
Right.
And so I'm very humble about my visits to
So-
places I've been.
So how much skill goes into golf? Because a lot of people who just think about, basketball is more skill. But to me, I think to put that ball where it's supposed to be, in wind, uphill, downhill, sand, water, how tough is that to drive a ball like golf?
Golf is probably the toughest sport that's out there. And I say that because if you notice and you look, when everybody retire, all your athletes, they go play golf. Everybody love to play golf. Why? Because you can never beat golf.
Right.
You can never beat it.
Yeah.
Tiger can't beat it. Jack couldn't beat it. Nobody can beat golf. You never can beat golf. Golf is a sport that you play to win, but you can never, ever win.
Wow.
No matter who you are.
Wow, it's like a great enigma.
Because the numbers that's there in front of you.
Yeah,
you have to. You can't achieve those numbers no matter who you are. The greatest can't achieve it, but yet we chase after it. And the skills it's really difficult, but it's not. It's you have to be patient. You have to be somewhat athletic, but 90% of it is in your head.
Yeah.
10% is the physical part of it, but 90% is in your head. If you can sit up there and just blur everything out and just remember your swing, your technique, you can play golf up and down. My friends always tell me, and not to pat myself on the back, but I have friends who tell me, they're like, dude, nobody can put a golf ball like you. Like nobody. Like we done seen Tiger putt, but like nobody can put a ball like you. I read a green so well, and I can putt so well. My short game is so tight. I'm not the longest golfer out there, but I play so smart around the greens. I know how to chip. I know how to putt, and that's what I always told people. That's what save you. You can hit a ball as long as if you want to.
Yeah.
It don't mean nothing. And I watch guys, they blow it past
Drive
me.
it.
They boom, they 320 yards. And I'm sitting there going, okay, I'll see you on the green.
Yeah.
So my next shot is on the green, and they're sitting there off the rough, and I'm looking at them like,
Right.
now you're chasing me.
Right.
Right.
And that's been their problem, that they chase that long ball, and that's where some of the younger kids that come out that's really good, they chase the long ball, but they don't work on their short game.
So speaking of which, so you got an accolade because you was on Golf Digest, right?
Yes.
So like, how do you get on Golf Digest? I mean, is that just like the Slam magazine for basketball, or is it?
That was a shocker to me. At the time I played in the golf tournament, there was 444 golfers. You had to make the cut. It was only 3 blacks in the whole tournament. 444, 3 blacks in the whole tournament. I was the only black who made the cut, and I was the only black who won the tournament out of all these players. And they looked, and it was almost a shock for them to believe that this
black guy is out here playing this tournament in their sport.
Yeah,
I say their sport. We're going to keep it real. We'll keep it real. Their sport, but yet when we start playing it, and it's a lot of us that's out there who's playing it, and we fall in love with it. There's some really good golfers out there. But like you said, and I think when we were talking earlier, and it's the cost of playing golf.
Yes.
You know, it's the expense. The little kid who can't get to the golf course because it costs you so much to play.
Right.
And they did that for a reason. They
Right.
keep us away.
Price you
I
out the
do believe.
market.
Can a little kid play golf? Like how old?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, 3 years old, 4 years old. You can get your
What?
yeah. You can get a set of clubs.
You never play putt-putt, man.
You put
Well,
a,
yeah, you
you
play
can put a
putt-putt.
set of clubs in a kid's hand and put him out on the driving range and just let him hit balls.
Yeah.
At a young age. I have a grandson that's 5 years old. To get him a club made and just let him hit golf balls is his start. Will get him, where he needs to be.
Right.
These are the things we need to teach our kids. But like we said, they try to price us out of it.
Yes.
There's a cost, to play
Titleist.
golf. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of golf courses I get to play for free because it was some of the things that I had achieved and won at. But I am a member at some of the major golf courses around Miami Valley. The golf course on Philadelphia and Hillcrest,
in
Salem is unreal.
It's
in our
a
neighborhood.
good course.
It's in our neighborhood, and
Yeah.
behind that gate, you would not believe
How beautiful.
how beautiful it is. You
Right.
would not believe what goes on in there. And they're just now opening the doors to us as minorities to come in there. So a couple, I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 minorities at one time. So now we have more because the golf is not surviving with the old money anymore.
Ooh,
their
right.
kids is not taking the memberships and coming up there and keeping the golf course going.
Right.
So they're like,
They investing in Bitcoin with that
yeah,
money.
yeah. They're like, oh no, Dad and Mom, we don't want to go to the golf course. We don't want to go, And so now they had to open the doors to us and let us in, and they're using our money to keep the courses open. But we take advantage of being on those courses and having a good time and bringing people out there and enjoying the beauty of these courses that's in our backyard.
How much does it cost to play 18 holes?
Well, some
question.
courses, some courses like $54, $45, $70, $65. If you go down south, it's like, some of the courses in the wintertime, it's like $200 to play. Or if you go out to Pebble Beach, it's like close to $700 to play.
Yeah.
Public courses.
But on Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, I'm a member over there. I pay a monthly fee, but if I took a guest, it costs them $54 to play a round.
Man, let's go down there, man. Let's go down there, bro.
54, yeah.
$54.
I think I'll get you on there, man.
Play around, yeah.
I'm gonna do you. Look,
Crazy.
look. I'm gonna do you the same way he did Robert Smith, man. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Robert Smith. Yeah.
Yeah, Ohio State running back.
State running back.
Yeah.
He's one of Keith's good friends. We were down in Orlando. No, we were down in Fort Lauderdale. Beautiful golf courses down there. I mean, from Lawrence Taylor is the one.
Oh,
LT is the guy. Robert Smith, he's just play. LT, Lawrence Taylor.
He's serious.
Big shout out. Now his
talking trash while you out there.
What? LT is a beast.
Yeah.
We were in Houston, man. We were playing this golf course called Tour 18. We're in Houston, and we're talking smack, and we beat him on the front so bad. He takes off his shoes. He go to the driving range while we make the turn and get us a sandwich. He takes off his shoes, go to the driving range, hit golf balls, get on the backside, and tore us apart. Dude can flat out play, man.
Wow.
He can play. LT can play. Now his competition is Ray Allen.
What?
Ray Allen is a beast on the golf course.
Ray Allen?
Ray Allen is a beast on the golf course. That's why I said athletes are like.
I was still versus Stephen Curry then because Steph Curry can play.
Him and Steph go at it. Ray and
Wow.
Steph go at it.
Wow,
They
the
go at it.
3-point champions.
They go at it. But yeah,
That
Ray.
precision on putting the ball gotta play some role in.
Yeah, the
golf.
talent.
Yeah,
The talent.
I haven't played with Steph, but Steph, they say, is a beast.
Yes.
Yeah.
They say is a beast, but Ray is a beast. And
Oh, I
Lawrence
gotta see
Taylor, LT is like, and I say this. If I lived in Florida, I would be a beast too, because I can play golf every day.
Oh, yeah.
Every
Year
day.
round, yeah.
Dude, I'm out here in 30 degrees weather. Because I would play I would play golf all winter up until like 32 degrees. I play in the snow.
Frozen, yeah.
I play in the snow.
Yeah.
If the golf course is open and the ground's not hard, I'll still go out there and play.
Yeah.
But imagine living down south where you can play every day,
Yeah.
all day, and that's what you do.
Right.
Oh, I got a friend down there, Greg Rafer, he is like unbelievable. He used to be a baseball player he used to be a pitcher with the Yankees. And when I tell you, these boys can play. You go down there, I mean, it's nothing but celebrities. You know, Keith, every time he had his tournament down there, Keith Byers, shout out.
Keith Byers, legendary.
He had his big tournament down there called the Friendship Cup, and he brought in all these celebrities. So that's how I was able to get around him, because it was like, cuz, you know, you got to be down there. I'm on my way. Let's get there. But you know, you met everybody down there, and you seen all the good golfers. I mean, all these athletes, but they're living there, and that's all they do.
Yeah.
That's all they do. I mean, if I can get up every day and just go to golf course, didn't have to worry about a bill and worry about this business, whatever, they do. But, man, Lawrence Taylor, you're not going to get him.
So speaking of legends and celebrities, you play with a local legend and celebrity, which is Jeffrey Mims Jr. Y'all was partners?
Yes, Jeff Mims is my boy. The mayor.
The mayor!
Shout out to the mayor.
He came and sat out with the guy, Cass, you know what I'm saying?
We work.
Shout out to Jeff Mims.
Love him. Love that brother. Love that brother. He goes hard on the golf course. He is an excellent golfer. The brother put in a lot of work.
Yes, sir.
He believes in his community. He goes hard on the golf course. He's a challenge when we play. He's just a good all around person, man. All around person. I love Jeff Mims.
Me too.
You know, we went hard for him.
Bro.
Yeah, somebody from Harrison Township told me, why you got Jeff Mims signs in front of your business? This Harrison Township. And I said, yeah. And I said, guess what? And I'm going to put them anywhere I want to, because everybody right down the street don't live in Harrison Township. I want to vote for it.
Exactly.
And they came to me and said that. I'm
Wow.
like, but you know, there again, that's that hidden racism that you have to deal
So
with.
while we on the dating local celebrity scene, this is something I felt was like one of the best days to us was the NBA Finals that had Daquan Cook and Norris Cole in it. How did you feel about the NBA Finals? Because, I mean, of course you got the LeBron influence, but you had Daquan and Norris. How did you feel about that?
Daquan, I know him well, speak with him a lot of times, love him, love the brother, understand him, know his mom well. Norris, I know his family. I think it's an awesome thing when we have our people from our area, which if you look around, we always have people from our area in there.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people don't know Steph was born in Akron.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of people don't even know Steph was born in Akron.
Yep. Something in the water, baby.
Ohio does a lot of stuff around here. Dayton, we have our athletes that's really, they're doing big things. And I think a lot of these young brothers like Daquan and Norris are good role models for our kids, to get them to understand what you can do and what you can become if you put that work into it. Because I remember Daquan coming out of high school. We went out to see him play out in Centerville, and I was like, oh my gosh, this he's the truth.
Yep.
And he stuck with it. He didn't let the streets grab him, because some of our best athletes, there's a whole lot in the streets will get them and gobble them up. It would gobble them up. So yeah, I love those two brothers.
Man, so let's talk about quickly a couple other your business exploits. The Donut Palace.
Donut Palace. Yep.
The Jersey Z Grill.
Jersey Grill. Yep.
Plush Nightclub.
Plush Nightclub. That was in Cincinnati.
Okay. Oh wow. Oh, okay.
That wasn't. No, we didn't do that. That was in Cincinnati.
Oh,
no.
okay.
No, that was Cincinnati.
But one of these pictures I saw was hilarious. I wanted to ask you about it. It was with Mimi from Love and Hip Hop. So
Mimi from Love and Hip Hop came up to celebrities, and we did we just had her there, basically just hosted, and everybody seen her and stuff like that, and we basically hung out and kicked it, and she's just a good person. Yeah. Nothing romantic.
No, of course. And then wait. It was two pictures. Wait. It was two pictures. It was one picture, you know what I mean, click, and then the next picture said, and then both of y'all laughing. You said, I asked her about the tape.
Nothing romantic.
No comment is always a good answer sometimes.
Yeah.
No comment.
Yeah.
Cool. So, speaking of, you know what I'm saying, like great nights out, and you doing hostings and stuff like that, the Empire Party, I felt that was super dope. To me, it was smart. It was original, something that nobody's doing, where like you have a viewing party for something that everybody's watching, such as like when Power is going on,
right?
Everybody watching at the house, and people having watch parties. To me, that was smart, and to me, I ain't seen nobody do it since. Are you thinking about maybe doing something like that in the future? Because I'm telling you, that was a hit to me.
Well, the Cowboy games right now.
Yeah,
you know, he got that popping.
You know, star status in the house, star status. We love our boys,
Man,
but
for sure.
you know, there are things that you have to learn how to be creative of, like having empire parties, watch parties.
Yes.
Those are some of the things was not just my idea. A lot of the radio station people was involved in that, and they thought it was a great idea to do it at the club.
Faith Daniels.
But yeah, Faith, shout out to Faith. But that was something that we said, yes, let's do this, and let's grasp to it and see how it works. And it was a good draw for it. I don't know how many people sit there and actually watched it when we were in the club, but they were just there. But it was just because the way it is. And it's like you said, with what we do on Sundays with the Cowboy games and stuff like that, and all the football games, the parties that we host and bring people in from Columbus and Toledo's and bring all these different groups down, just to sit there and have them together and you party with these people, and it just shows how people can get along. But those are just, you know, good business decisions to do to make your business prosper, because you don't have to always do some of the crazy things, you know, but you can do some things. You can do some things that make sense. That, you know, there again, when you say you want to go out to clubs and feel safe, these are things to say. Oh, I can feel safe.
Exactly.
Well, who's going to turn up at an Empire party and want to fight and shoot up the place? You know,
exactly.
Nobody. You just come to the Empire. You're not thinking about shooting up the place. So
man, no doubt, bro. You love sports. I love sports. I love LeBron. That's my brother.
We all love
man.
LeBron.
No doubt about it, man. What you see for the Lakers this year, bro?
I see trouble. They don't have leadership, and that comes from the coaching staff. No disrespect to the coach. I don't know him.
Yeah.
But with a team like that, it takes a brain to make that team work.
Right.
So we talk about business. We talk about, you know, how do you conduct business? How do you run business? You know, to sit up there and say, well, your business do good. Well, you have to be the brain of it to make sure it works, because you got to put a team together.
Right.
So if I don't take my team and put it together, my business is going to fail. So I can sit back and put a team together and know that it's going to work. He's got a team. He's not putting these guys together to make them work. He just have a team, and he's just letting them go out there and play without no leadership.
Right.
Because, and I don't know if you guys remember when Jordan had his team with Scotty and Harper and Grant and Bill Cartwright on it. Everybody played a role.
Yes.
Right.
In LA, nobody's playing a role.
That is a great point.
Yeah,
Plus,
playing a role.
I think we see a lot of remnants and missing of Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd was another person that had eyeballs and the minds on that sideline that could be the person that said to Frank Vogel, hey, they keep on cheating over on this, they keep cheating over on that. So LeBron did not have to focus as much on what he has to do now. I think we missed Jason Kidd, which is my favorite basketball player.
I like J Kidd too. I don't think Frank Vogel has the respect of the players, and they do whatever the hell that they
He's a
want
player's
out
coach. I mean,
like,
he's not an authoritarian.
I mean, it ain't even that. It's just like there's no accountability. Like Frank Vogel ain't going. He's the opposite of Popovich.
Right. It's
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Certain things players are not going to say to Pop.
Right.
But players are going to say it to Frank.
Right.
Because Ron told me one time I'll never forget it. The coach had said something when he was playing with the Clippers, said something to him. He said, I make $4 million. You make $200,000. Don't talk to me. That was so much disrespect to where the coach is not who they come to see. They come to see me.
Right.
And that's what he's getting in L.A. They didn't come to see you. They come to see us. But at that time, Pop would sit back and let them know, I wouldn't care what I made.
Right.
But this is what we're going to do.
Right.
Because I got a young boy down there at the end of that bench who will come here and take your job in a minute. You'll sit there in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Man.
So,
I mean, LeBron, man, has never had a coach, man. He's never had compared to Jordan. So Jordan is in North Carolina with Dean Smith. Then he gets Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, Kobe, he gets Phil Jackson as this great mind to come in with credibility to come in and coach them, man. And LeBron has won in spite of rookie coaches like Mike Brown, rookie coach. LeBron took him to the finals. David Blatt in Cleveland, rookie coach. Tyronn Lue, rookie coach. LeBron takes them to the finals and win. Eric Spoelstra may not have been a rookie, but he was something like that because Pat Riley was really the one that was kind of like masterminding things and in full control. And then with what's our coach now? Frank Vogel.
Frank Vogel back up Fizdale right now.
Man, bro, I did a Fire Frank Vogel YouTube one time, right?
Him got
And
canceled.
well, they had I watch all the Laker post game stuff. Like I watch that just as hard as I watch the damn late game itself. But Laker Nation was acting like they couldn't think of any coach that they could bring in to replace Frank Vogel.
Mark Jackson.
So I Googled point guards from 1990.
Mark Jackson.
Man, it's a whole damn list full of people who will come in and coach and have the respect of the players, man. Like it's a list of 20.
Yes.
It's a list. I don't know, man. I just think like I don't know, man. Frank Vogel. I had high hopes for the Lakers this year. I thought that they was gonna be able to come in and go crazy, but it looked bad. And Russell Westbrook, man, Russell Westbrook. No disrespect to you, Russell Westbrook, even though this is going to sound very disrespectful. Russell Westbrook might be one of the most low IQ players I have ever seen in my life, bro. I've never seen nothing like it. I've never seen, because I only thought Russell Westbrook was great because I just watched his highlights. I never been he's never been on a team that I watch regularly.
Why do you think Kevin Durant ran away from him?
Man, Russell Westbrook, he jumps in the air with I'm out. He jumps in the air with nowhere to go, bro. And throws the ball any damn where. The worst turnovers I have ever seen in my life,
Wasn't Paul George in the club with him the same day and then the next day signed with somebody else? I'm here for life.
And I root for Russell Westbrook, man. Like when people start being shamed and stuff, I always want to see that person overcome and make like everybody that's talking bad about him look dumb damn near. But Russell Westbrook, damn, I didn't know that he did that type of stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
Well, he's not a fit to what they do because Russell Westbrook is a Showtime player. He's like, get the ball, let's go down the court.
Yeah.
The Lakers is going to slow it up and they're going to run, plays that they see fit to make them work with,
right.
With Big Davis in the middle. You got to make sure he gets the ball. Russell, every place he played from OKC to Washington, he just ran. He just ran up and down the court. No discipline at all.
Right.
The brother is, he needs guidance.
Just pass the ball out of bounds for no reason.
He said something that is important. And you know what, Russell Westbrook, I hope you listen to him because you need guidance, right? And one thing this man has given us on this show was guidance. You know what I mean?
Man.
He's showing you exactly how he grew up with his humble beginnings to where he grew to, man. And here on the Legendary People podcast, we have a thing called the Butterfly Effect. If there's something you said during the course of the interview or something I found in the course of my research, I found it was truly amazing. Just starting off, man. I am so empowered knowing you grew up on the same block as me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Like the same block as me. Like that just empowers me even more. I mean, I already respect you as a big dog in the community, everything you've done. I mean, there's stuff that we didn't get a chance to get to. I mean, you did the all men's group with Tony Ruby, which is, that's one of my big dogs out there. But just you being a serial entrepreneur, that should motivate everybody. This should be played as a requisite for people who want to get into the entrepreneur business, people who want to get into this. This is something like people should be able to watch. But just like your whole business mind state going into that, that is exactly what we always find here on the Legendary People podcast, where legends will just, man, I tried it for the very first time. I was great at it. I went inside a room full of celebrities and they just accepted me as one of those. We carry ourselves with a certain honor from 937, bro. That you will see the most destitute person gonna carry herself with grace. Like there's one dude that I want to interview. Everybody know this bum that stays right down about a bass yard out there. He carries himself with a swag of a businessman. He is one conversation away from him being back out here. He needs to watch this. But I want to leave off with a legendary quote by you, man. On December 20th, 2010, you said, "Let the good times roll. In a day and time when so many things that we have needed to give us joy, wealth, riches, jobs, and material things, etc., are somewhat falling away, we must understand that the true meaning of joy and happiness. Don't you know that every day should be a celebration of life, whether you got $2 or $2 million, a Bentley or a hoopty, a mansion or apartment, no matter what, your status. Thank him, man."
Yeah, which is true. And that comes from my heart because I tell people today, we live in a commercial world. You know, Christmas is commercial.
Yeah.
Easter's commercial. Halloween's commercial. They got us so brainwashed that they think we need to run out here and keep this economy going, so it's going to be commercial. No matter what you have or what you don't have, you got to be thankful for just being here, knowing that you're able to sit up here and do, because there's people who can't do and they still do. And there's people who can do and they don't do. And I'm sitting here going, you know, I'm so thankful for my team. I'm thankful for, you know, the club that we have, Members Only 937. I love my place. I love this business. I love the growth in it. It just keeps me so humble because I never want to change. You know, no matter how much money I make, how big this thing get, I'll never change. I will never leave my neighborhoods. I would never leave my people because I want them to come with me to get the things that they deserve.
Wow, man.
Yeah, man.
Lucky Smith.
Yep. Well, man, you know, let me see this thing real quick.
And new sponsor, the 937 Observation. Club 937 Observation. Let's hear that.
Club 937 going to be a sponsor now. We got to come in here and sponsor. But when we finish with this new project coming up,
It's going
God's
down.
willing and hands crossed, it's going to be some good stuff.
We do updates too, so whatever you got coming up,
Yeah,
make sure you
it's-
come through here. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is a good media platform to
It's
get
gonna,
to the people,
it's,
man.
it's gonna be big. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a shocker. A lot of times I usually give a lot of my stuff away. This one here I'm gonna hold on to.
the baby.
I'm gonna hold on to, but it's cause it's in the works.
Uh-huh.
Until it's actually taking place and stuff like that. Because things change. I was gonna get the 2 Bar Louis, the one at the Green and one at Austin Landing. I started to get those and open those up. But I took a U-turn because there again, I'm about the people, our people, and we need to have those things too.
Yeah.
We need to have places like that to go to. A lot of times they say, and when we go places, we tear them up. But we only tear them up because we allow them to tear them up. If they walk through the doors with the respect, knowing who you are, they're not going to tear it up.
Right.
We don't have those problems down the street at Club 937. We
Right.
I'm just saying, and we have lots of people in there. We have a beautiful patio. We have, beautiful DJs on the inside. We have room that people can come in and they're not sitting up here with being afraid.
Right.
Like they're coming in. I mean, we have security now, but the security is basically for the young ladies who don't know how to act, and we have to slow you down.
Yeah.
We're not going to sit up here and toss you against the wall. We're going to slow you down because when I tell you you're not coming back, then you're not coming back.
Right.
We ask people to join as members because guess what members do? Members take care of their own stuff.
Yeah.
It's not, oh, I want your money. It's like, I'm going to make sense to you. If you become a member, you're going to pick up the paper. You're going to tell a person, don't do that. We don't do that here.
Right.
At my golf course, when I became a member, I fix divots. We don't tear up our greens.
Yeah.
Because I'm a member.
Right.
So you're a member here, you're not going to tear up your place.
Right.
And when you come, you're bringing people in to see what it's yours.
Right.
You're a member. Oh, come on, we're going to my club. Because you're a member.
Right.
It's your club. You're bringing friends. Come on, man. We're going to go to my spot where we're comfortable. We say we're going to smoke a cigar. We're going to smoke a hookah. We're going to eat some food. We're going to be good. We ain't got to worry about nothing. No, I'm a member.
I like
They
it.
got me. They know me. I know them. So that makes sense in business.
It
without,
does,
you know,
man.
worrying
It's-
about, man.
I
who's
love
that
it,
coming
bro.
through the door?
Man, my observation. You said something that, you said it close to the beginning of the interview. You said that your personality was kind of bubbly,
Yes.
and it kind of attracted people to you.
Yes.
And the more that you talked, I was right there.
It's infectious, man.
I was right there.
Yep.
And you also said it was because you're not afraid to be yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, man, being humble, being approachable. Oh my God.
Yes,
approachable is a key, bro.
Yes.
And you have to have that, man. And like, bro, I want to be a member of 937. You know, I want to come to your club now, and you are my brother.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yep.
Yeah.
And one thing, like all the people who have met you, everybody who is cool, like these big name artists, right? You know who they want to be around? They want to be around somebody that is cool.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna make them ruin everything that they've worked hard for.
Yep.
Exactly.
You see? And like, man, bro, that is all I see about you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And to even put like more flowers on you, right?
Yeah.
Like just give it to you all. I asked you, I said, bro, has it ever had a time when sometimes you feel like you haven't been rolling this hard? You said, man, oh yeah, bro, I went
Back to the drawing.
got a job at Office Home Depot.
Home Depot.
True humility, man.
Like that to me said it all.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't anything for you to stay. My woman, she's worked at Party City. She's worked at Macy's. Every time she goes to work at one of these jobs, I always ask her, how Macy's do today? How many customers did they have? Not necessarily how much money did they make, but kind of, because I want to know, how does T-Shirt Kings measure up to these businesses that are so major?
Yes.
And what do you learn in these places that you can bring back home to us
Yes.
and make us better?
Yeah.
And like, bro, you went with that same type of mind frame and philosophy to Home Depot, seeing what they're doing well. What's their organization, skills? How are they lining their things up? Man, you not only went to just stabilize yourself, but then also took a piece to apply it to yourself, bro.
Exactly.
You know,
I kind of went too, man.
Is that right?
one thing that didn't. Well, when you was talking about when you was in school, you were saying, I don't know if I was smart.
Right.
But honestly, like to me, I couldn't get it.
Yeah.
Because all I see is the wisdom that you've been praying for busting out of you, bro.
Right.
You see, like all of your prayers, you might not even know they've been answered until somebody tell you, oh yeah, you wise.
Right.
Prayers answered. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't know, bro. This is my first time ever building with you. But man, I am so thankful, bro, that somebody of your stature would even come and just build with us, bro. Like brothers like you that come to our show and get on the podcast with us, they validate that we are doing something well. Like you're adding credibility to what we trying to build, bro.
When I asked him a question earlier, that, look, I'm that petty. I want my point back. Remember I asked him about the is that your page?
Yes.
Okay.
But all right, but I just oh, about the name of the club.
Yeah, no, cause you don't know what Smed look. I'm just like you, bro.
I didn't take a point from
you didn't, but look, Smed that petty. Like, as we leave here, I'll be driving home. I wake up to a text message saying, I'm taking that point. Like, you ain't taking no point from me now.
Yeah, I might do something like that. But nah, bro, I just wanted to like really thank you, bro, because our time is so valuable for all of us, man, especially when we busting moves, bro. So I just really appreciate you coming through and just building with us, bro. And you know what I'm saying, just sharing a whole lot of game, stuff, man, and chopping it up with us.
Yeah, bro.
I really appreciate this because I didn't know. My nephew know.
Yeah.
He knows a lot. He's the guy I can go to and be like, hey, what's going on out here? And he's telling me, because I'm a little corny and people don't know I'm corny, but yet at the same time, I know where I can go get my answers, and I know what goes on out here because I'm not involved out here, but yet I have people around me that's involved. But I really, really enjoy this because it's not something that I actually do a lot of.
Yeah.
You know, because I like to have fun, and my fun may be different from other people, but this right here was so much fun and so real, and that's what makes it. That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
You don't have to be fake here. I don't have to sit up here and be phony and be somebody I'm not.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you like it is. You know, when somebody say you did what, because I'm quite sure when I get somewhere, somebody, man, you worked where?
Yeah.
At Home Depot.
Yeah.
For real, you did have jobs. I swear, people don't know.
Right.
I had jobs.
Right.
You know? I mean, I punched the clock.
Right.
When I got that paycheck, and when I time to get Social Security, I want my money.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? That's why you go work, so you can get that Social Security, because you don't know when it's come that time, and you be like, huh? But yet, you know, you just still got to humble yourself and understand that wherever you go and you work, I don't care if it's McDonald's, whatever, learn it.
Yup.
Yeah.
Because if I worked at McDonald's, I promise you, if I was there doing fries, I'm gonna be the manager by the end of the month.
Right.
Because that's gonna be my goal. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go in there and I'm gonna be like, oh no, I'm running this store.
Right.
Because y'all doing stuff and I'm gonna hustle and I'm gonna make it happen. That's what happened at some of these places. I went in and they was like, this guy got hustle in it. Because I loved what I did, and I did it to learn without actually fulfilling the need of being in college all year or for 4 years. I sit here and said there's a way to learn without paying for that tuition.
Right.
To sit here and say, if I go into your business and I learn your business, watch what you do, and you're successful, then guess what? I'm going to become successful because I'm going to learn it.
Right.
My dad told me, if you're going to be a bum, be the best bum out there. You know,
Right.
don't be just a bum, but be the best one.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to be the trash man, be the best trash man. If you want to sit up there and be a store clerk, be the best store clerk. And when you learn how to be the best at what you do,
Yeah.
then you become successful. And it's the success that you give to yourself.
Your dad was a store clerk on Richmond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You,
Legendary
you,
legend.
You sit back and you learn how to humble yourself by not thinking that it's embarrassing. And some people will think, oh man, that's embarrassing to say you was. Man, no, it's not.
Wow.
Bruh, boy, you just don't know. It's some real. This is a real world out here.
Wow.
And,
Yep.
and, you know, we got to meet it head on and just, do what we have to do.
The podcast, man, on another level is definitely to just chronicle your life story, so your kids and your grandkids and your great grandkids that come after you can go and find this interview and say, damn, you know what? This is the story of my great grandfather who started this. And this, when we leaving something behind, they can see the origins of how you was able to put it all together
Exactly.
to make it happen.
Yeah.
Man, the other day, and then we'll close out on I want you to close out with words of wisdom, bro.
Right.
But man, my grandfather used to tell me the story of how he left Georgia when he was 14 years old, right? Get on a train and went to Atlanta, got off the train, found a friend, and started working from there. Left home, left the farm. But I used to always ask my grandfather, man, tell me that story again. Tell me that story again. Do you know I recorded my grandfather telling me this story? Forgot all about it. And about 2 weeks ago, I was looking on my old Mac back there.
And bam.
Got the video of my grandfather who has passed away now, telling his story and his origin. I'm going to post that shit on the Legendary People podcast.
Man. Got to, man.
Like,
That's
that is so
legendary.
cool. But, like, later, your grandchildren are going to be able to go and look and be like, damn,
Yep.
granddad had kids? What? Oh, members not this. Damn, he met this, that. It's going to be major.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just all the chronicling of the life stories, it ain't really for our pride and ego to say we did this and that.
Right.
It's to tell our kids where they came from. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And give them something to hang on to.
Like you said, big shout out to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of times I don't post pictures or post myself just to say, who look at me.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's memories that you want someone to be able to look at.
Yes.
For you to know the celebrities I've been around,
Yeah.
you got to find it somewhere.
Yeah.
So if you never seen it and said, well, this is real because he's right here with it. I mean, these are pictures, and this is probably half the pictures and stuff, and people that I've been around and things that I've done, but yet to let your kids and your grandkids and people just to know who you are. And when people say, well,
how is it that he's able to be around these people? He's got to have some good in him. That's why I
Right.
tell people, I'm a good person. You got to have some good in you. Because if you're around these many people, you got to have some good in you. Because I'm not going to lie about it. It's just, it is what it is.
I want to take one O out, man.
Yeah,
you got to have some God in you,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I want to take an O out. I'm gonna take an O out.
I mean,
That's a bar.
and you do because, you know, like you said, that to end this podcast, I would tell any and everybody to come down here and sit with you brothers, sit with you two. I'm loving it. I mean, I would tell these brothers, if somebody was to tell me, I'd be like, man, you need to go sit with these brothers, man. Talk to them and tell them a little bit about yourself. But, you know, I tell any and everyone, not just follow your dream, because we hear that a lot. Follow your dream. You know, a lot of times it's tough to dream. A lot of times we lay down and you just don't have that dream. And you're like, oh, what did I dream about? But, you know, I'm told you have over 700 dreams a night, but you just don't feel it.
Right.
How do I follow my dream? Believe in yourself is what I tell people. If you believe in you, that you can do it, you're going to do it. Don't be afraid. Fear is not a factor. Don't be afraid to someone slamming the door on you and saying no. Don't be afraid of hearing no. A lot of times we just don't want to ask somebody something because they're gonna say no.
Yes.
Right.
Fear of rejection.
I mean, we're gonna all. I mean, it's a fear that people have, and I feel like that those are the things that slow people down. Me, it won't slow me down because you can say me no, and I'm going harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when you tell me I can't have it, boy, what? Oh, I'm about to go get bigger and better now. So you turn me down here. So when I go bigger and better, you're gonna go, oh, you should have let me in.
Yeah.
Because guess what? This could have been some of your accomplishment too.
Right.
So when I sit up here and I say, oh, it didn't work here, it's gonna work bigger here. You know, so yeah, we don't want to shoot people down, but we want everybody to have confidence. Don't be afraid of no's. You know, take no's and just, you know, let it fuel the fire. Just let's go. Keep it going. So it's some good stuff.
No stand for next opportunity, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Damn. I'm going to give you a point.
Thanks, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Because fear done killed more people than guns. You know what I'm saying? So,
Damn.
I got
You on the road. What else you got?
You fire.
You a pimp. Them white people that seen you in them suit and ass was you a pimp.
You a pimp.
That was on the right track,
You know
man.
what I mean? So make sure, you know what I'm saying, y'all go ahead and go to our YouTube channel to check out some of our past interviews. We have Big Dawson and Jeffrey Mills, Tony Ruby Sr., Marlon Shackelford. Man, we have so many different people with some really, really dope stories. We got some that make you cry, some that make you laugh, and most importantly, gonna make you think, man.
We got 2 interviews tomorrow. Did you know that?
I had no idea, man.
Well, let me.
I'll be doing some more research tonight and wake up doing research.
We got the little rah-rahs coming on the show tomorrow.
I already baked that cake, yeah.
We got the little rah-rahs, and then we got Daria Love, who actually paints portraits and stuff.
I love art.
Love is coming.
Really
She
good.
got blonde dread. She major,
wait.
man. She gonna come in here, you know.
I'll be on here sometime.
We got 6ix9ine. We got 6ix9ine committed. We going crazy.
Yeah, we been trying to smoke him out, bro. We been trying to smoke him out, man.
Yes, sir. Like, subscribe, ring the bell notification. Sheikhs for breakfast, Agnes for lunch. If you ever injured, call attorney Michael Wright. If you want to get drunk, go to Club 937.
Hey.
But not too drunk.
Yeah.
Not too drunk.
If you want to just kick it. Should I say, if you want to kick it and have a good, safe space time.
You want a sophisticated, safe night.
Just want to kick it.
If you want to kick it, go to Club 937.
Hey.
And if you want to get drunk, get some Kiara Wine.
That's not the slogan.
I mean, I don't know,
Fine
man.
time with Kiara Wine, baby.
Have a fine time with Kiara Wine.
Yeah.
T-shirt Kings, go for your mouth. Camera King Studios, Dash Resources, Sales Stocks Not Dope, every Sunday, man. And then come through. I was rolling today. But tomorrow gonna be that much better, man. Come and get some T-shirts, man. T-shirt Kings, man.
Cop a shirt, cop some merch, man.
Man, hey, go
clothing, man.
sign up membership.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Club 937, members only,
Members
bro.
only.
Man, I'm literally going to get a membership to Club.
It's members only tonight.
I like that song. That's a banger.
Tonight, yeah.
You know what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's Brandon, baby. Brandon.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow at 1 o'clock with the Rah-Rahs and then
Legendary
Daria
Podcast,
Love.
Legendary people, legendary stories.